Hey, everybody, we're back. It's Tuesday night and it's the Marvel Show. I'm Justin, aka Spidey, and I'm with my friend Manu, the 9.9 Newsstand. And we got a guest that some of you may not recognize, but he's very infamous in the Marvel card space. And it's Keith. Keith, how do you say your last name?
Spironi.
That's what I thought.
Spironi.
But I'm like,
Nice.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever asked you to tell me before. Keith Spironi, also known as Ronis. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Keith. Very nice to have
Yeah,
you.
if
Keith
it makes
promptly freezes in his
Yeah.
faces.
I thought he was just frozen because he gets shocked when the cameras come on. I thought he's, oh no, we're live.
Totally holding the
But no.
pose.
Oh, and we were just talking about fiber optic cables and fast internet and all kinds of things.
We were. Well, hey guys, I'm excited for the show tonight. We're coming off the heels of the SDCC San Diego Comic-Con. None of the guys here on the show got to go, but I know that we kind of kept a pulse on it. I've asked Keith to come on the show because I really trust his ability to kind of help decipher the news, so to speak, when it comes to the MCU and what goes on into the Marvel space. And he has a great amount of knowledge. I'm not overselling him, but he has a great amount of knowledge of comic books. Yeah, I knew he was going to do that as soon as I said it. And frankly, I couldn't count on Manu to know what he was talking about tonight when it comes to the MCU.
No.
So,
No.
so here we
Nice.
are, here to have a good time. What I would love for you all to do is just let us know what your questions might be, but we're going to say hello to some people. Manu, we got
Yeah.
Card and Comic Freak. What have you done to
Hello,
my
hello.
friend, by the way, who is all into Marvel cards? And,
Yeah.
and now Marvel cards is like slid firmly into second in his world. He's now into comics.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful synergy. I hope it happens to everyone. I want to see comics go into everyone's name.
Okay. I got it. Aslane, what's up, man? How's it going?
What's up?
Morning. Dude, it's 8 p.m. where I'm at.
Where are you at?
He's in Australia.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Swami's here. Swami, we need to talk. We need to do some face-to-face stuff, man. I love Swami. He's got a
Yeah.
lot of knowledge too.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the show. Yeah. Need a good recap of the announcements. We'll see what we can figure out here together.
I think that's happening today.
Dan, I think this is Dan Roth. What's up, Dan? How's it going?
What's up, Dan?
Keith, who we got here? So Bill knows you're going live tonight, right?
I don't think I told him.
Okay. But here he is calling you as soon as I hit the live button.
Yeah.
Everybody
Oh,
watch
is that
me
who the
open.
phone call came from? That's
Yeah,
funny.
watch me open. Our friend Bill. He is the number one Marvel card box ripper on Whatnot right now by a number of followers.
Whoa. Congrats.
Pretty sure that's
Killing
true.
it. Absolutely killing it.
Going to be at Nationals from what I understand. And yeah, so keep an eye on Watch Me Open. I think you're going to see what he has going on. So if you're not following him already, do so. He's on Instagram by the
Ooh.
same name.
I
He's
wonder if
on-
that means what I think that means. I wonder if I know. I think I might. Hey?
Yeah. I'm sorry, real quick. Just because he's bald as Professor X doesn't mean he's a smart.
Oh, I was like, why are we being mean to our guests? Oh, it's not.
Oh,
us
it's a
doing
term
it.
of
Okay.
endearment. Yeah, it's a term
Where's
of
Amanda?
endearment.
Can I kick him?
Yeah. Right. Hey, everybody, I got my Yoo-hoo here, so fueling up for the night, drinking heavy.
I've got my I love San Francisco.
Do you though?
I do. What do you mean?
Okay. No, I'm just
Yeah.
asking. It's a legit.
I didn't leave my heart there. It is my heart.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you love San Francisco. I've been there once. I thought it was pleasant.
It's
You
the
too, Keith?
greatest. I mean, it could be unpleasant too, but that's what makes it so great. It's a little of everything.
I have a sense that I would have had a totally different experience if I'd have known you when I went.
Oh, I guarantee it.
All right, it's gonna happen.
It is
Lord
gonna
willing,
happen.
I'm gonna come.
It's
see
going to be a very unique experience in San Francisco. It's going to be curated by me, and it's different.
you. How long do I need? Do I need like 2 days, 3 days? One
Yeah, I
day?
mean, two days at least. One day is not going to do much for us because I am also indecisive at the same time. So even if I have a plan, it's still not going to work out.
Right, but you're gonna need to rest at some point. You're like, Justin, just go.
You know what? You know what's really crazy? You'll learn this when we get together. Is sometimes I go actually, you do know this about me. I could go the entire day without eating, and no one with me is like on board. They're like, "What's wrong with you? We've been starving since 9 a.m. It's 9 p.m. and you're still hustle bustle." You know,
I
and
skipped breakfast this morning. I almost died.
oh gosh, yeah, it happens to me all the time. But I'll show you a more artistic side of San Francisco. It's quite nice.
I'd like that. Marvel Madness MCU. What's up, Joshua? How's it going?
Oh, Marvel Madness, what up?
Hutch's Hobby. Good evening.
Hey.
We got Doom Card. We got man, Keith, you just brought a crowd. It's pretty awesome.
Deadpool Deeds. Hello.
Hey, Deadpool Deeds. Yeah. We got the Cards of Metal. If you were not watching last Saturday morning Marvel Cards, we had Cards of Metal on, Ian Fisher. And we opened up the Walmart exclusive Flair Ultra X-Men from 1994 and hit the Walmart, it's Walmart insert is what I'm going to call it, but it's the Silver X over for those cards.
Let me ask you about that. So he started by opening the non-Walmart box, but it was pretty badly bricked. So you guys kind of abandoned ship, maybe like 5-6 packs in or something like that.
Right.
And then yours, some were, but most of them were not.
Not like his. Yeah. I mean, they were bricked, but it wasn't like painful to watch in the sense of good television.
So this whole, like, you know, keep your wax sealed as an investment. Well, if the odds are it's bricked, then what good is it?
Yeah. With 90s product, it's only getting worse in the pack. It's not getting better.
Right.
So the idea that you're going to rip it for grading for a lot of that stuff is not going to work.
Yeah, that ship is sad.
Which means that ripping something like this.
Oh my gosh! What in the world? Oh my gosh! Just keep
Keith, what
right
are we looking at?
Exactly. No words.
Keith, you have to talk. That's why I brought you here.
Dude, what are you doing with that?
So I was wrong in what I guessed a moment ago because I was guessing something else and I didn't know that this was actually in your possession. My gosh, look at this box. These don't brick, right?
I mean, yeah, they can. I imagine if they sit in some heat that they could definitely brick. So how they're cared for.
Look at this box. This box is a piece of art.
It's insane.
It really is.
And I've never seen another box like this, you know, with those hanger packs on the inside and
right.
This is the only one I've ever seen done in this way, and I love it so much. 18 packs, right?
18 blister packs.
Blister packs.
So what are you going to do with this?
Well, yeah, I'm just going to show you like the packs are like this, you know. So and then 7 cards per pack. You've seen them. People seen them open on the channel. So the box does not belong to me. Okay, so the box belongs to Michael Salter. And so it's got a funny story. You want to look at me or the box? I'll just keep the box open while I talk.
You keep the box like
that. Yeah, the hit of the show. So what can I show?
Surprise, everyone. This is what we're opening tonight. Congratulations on making it to the live.
Yeah, not SDC. This is something totally else that's happening. Well, so Michael, long story short, Michael came to the conclusion, hey, I want to rip a box of 1996 Marvel Masterpieces. And I said, well, look, let me see if we can help find you a box. And my brother got on the hunt and he found him a box in Chicago with a seller who was unwilling to take payment online and or put it in the mail. So he flew to Chicago and completed the sale and flew back.
Wow. See, I saw bits of the story, but I didn't know the whole details of it. That's insane.
Yeah. And so he flew back with it. And Michael has let me keep it in my care until the full plan is devised on how to share it with the community.
Interesting.
And who is Michael?
Michael Salters. He is, if you've seen the video, Marvel Cards Cribs.
The Michael, the Marvel. Why do we Marvel Michael? That is Marvel Michael.
He is known as Marvel Beckett Registry. Yeah,
Marvel Beckett Registry is correct. Yeah. That guy is like, he must. I don't know how he can be so modest or like so under the radar.
Yeah,
because he's got everything in the world times 20.
So here's an interesting story about him. He's rebuilt his collection. He sold a lot of it at one time.
This is a rebuilding of it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's quite a few amazing cards out there, particularly Wolverines, that he sent out into the marketplace and has been slowly acquiring them back.
You know, when like we were kids and like they would give away to one kid the Toys R Us like run around the store in 30 seconds challenge? Like, dude. I need that. I need that.
At his house? You got
Yes.
everything you can get in the cart in 30 seconds is yours.
Yep.
And you're gonna be like you're
Yeah.
gonna be under the kitchen sink finding boxes. You're gonna be like all over the place in that house.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing so, you want to follow Cool Card Life, I believe it is. Let me find it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Cool Card Life. That is
Cool
his
Card
new
Life.
Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be following it. Keep an eye on the Spidey Hits channel and Instagram, because like I said, the plan to open this and enjoy it it will occur more than likely. I guess it could change, but that's the plan.
Simbi by Nature says, first of all, hello, my friend. He says, wow, did you just nonchalantly bust out a sealed 96 Masterpieces box? My goodness. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? And
well, as I was walking to the hobby room to jump on the live tonight, I passed my wife. I said, babe, do you know what I'm holding? She's like, no. She was watering the garden, you know. I was like, it's a $7,000 box of cards.
Cardboard. Now don't get any of the cellophane anywhere.
Well, I was walking by the pool and I was thinking, oh Lord, what if? Like I just fumbled. Man. Those blaster packs are sealed.
I mean, just put the box for sale for $20,000. No harm, no foul. All good. Everyone's happy.
I'm not ruining my chance to open these. Sorry.
Yeah. No, they need to be freed.
Yeah, absolutely. But to back to your original question and why I was going to show the box, it's a good opportunity to do so. But these cards don't improve in the box. They often get bricked, stuck together. And I know people have techniques and things like that. And there are certain types of paper that doesn't brick. And that's one of the things that makes 90MU something that people like to open because of the paper quality, it doesn't brick. But if it has foiling on it of some kind, it tends to stick together. And I'm trying to think, Keith, you might help me out, but 1992 Marvel Masterpieces, 93 Marvel Masterpieces brick, the 94s.
Those Spideys that Ian had were terrible too, weren't they? It
can be. That was that 1995 Flare Ultra Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
The worst Onslaught, X-Men Onslaught.
You don't even see those anywhere because people have given up.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. The inserts don't brick. And that's the one. Excuse me. That's like the one good thing, but the rest of the whole set bricks.
And you say it's related to the foiling, not so much the gloss or the type of gloss.
The gloss is what I meant to say.
Gloss. Yeah.
Gloss. Forgive me that. Yeah. I have foiling in my head. Keep an eye on the Marvel card news on Thursdays, and you'll know why I'm having the thoughts of foiling so much.
We saw some interesting foiling last night.
Oh, Manu.
We did? What did we see?
You're not on Whatnot, are you?
No.
Yeah, probably stay away. Smart.
Dude.
Yeah. I can't do all of the it's sensitive.
Okay.
Oh, you missed the of last night.
So
just tell me about it. Hit me with it. What did I miss?
So speaking of SDCC, one of the things that Whatnot did at SDCC was get a lot of your famous artists and your character creators for Marvel, probably DC, but I'm not following it, and had them join Whatnot and sell their original art, sell their comics, sell their autographs, that kind of stuff. Well, the first one I saw was Scott Williams, and that was I mean, the art was good, but it was not the production wasn't the greatest ever. Okay. But then they get Rob Liefeld to get on. Now, are you familiar with Rob Liefeld, the creator of Deadpool and Cable and other characters? Absolutely. You know, he has a lot of energy.
And I know he's not very favored by a lot of people, but yeah.
I mean, let me tell you what he is. He's a good time. So
he's nuts.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to get you to be able to hear what's being said, but this is him last night.
Yeah.
And he's selling his stuff. And it was an incredible show because he not only was like having a good time storytelling, he was he was creating art right in front of us and then immediately putting it up for sale.
Yeah, those remarks were insane. He was just drawing right on the books, right as we were going. Just and like you could see, the coolest part was that he wasn't satisfied with what he was doing and kept going. And he's like, "No, I need this marker. No, I got to do something with the eyes. Like, all right, now here's what you guys can buy. No, wait." And he went back, like,
I have a bunch of questions then. So how much were the books going for?
Okay, so this gets funny. So he started out, he did one, and I believe he put it up for sale for $150, 5 of them, and you could just buy them. And you could buy a CGC authentication, and it would get a yellow label. Boom, they had a witness there. Then he was like, you know what, I'm gonna, because he did one and then sold the other 4, but he didn't draw those in front of you. Like he was going to draw those later. So then he does the remarks, but he starts going multicolored. So you're not just getting a Sharpie remark. You're getting full red eyes, color added blood, whatever, to these Deadpool remarks. And he's like double signing it. So you're not only getting the Rob swoosh, you're getting, what did he call it? The
chisel tip
Liefeld. And so he's like double signing everything. And the first one goes for, all right, so full disclosure, I was trying to buy one for Ian, Cards of Metal. I was going to do it as a gift. And I was like, if I can get this for $300, it's a win. I'm going to give it to him as a gift. And so I was bidding up to 300 and, I got outbid. Long story short, I got outbid. So that one went for what, like 350, something like that. The first one,
something like that.
The second one went for, was it $900? Because he did a duel. He ended up drawing.
Ian just found out what your surprise would have been, and I think he's happy to hear it. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, he's booming over there.
Well, you missed out. I tried. I
it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that
I was
counts.
like, oh, if I can get this, but I just couldn't spend more than that. So
I mean, that was generous too. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks. So the second one was Deadpool and Black Panther, and the Black Panther was sick. Because the cover
book is he doing all of these sketches on? This shiny book that he just showed?
Not the shiny one, but it was it was a Deadpool Black Panther book.
Okay.
So kind of cat-a-corner, if Deadpool was on this side, Black Panther was at the bottom, and then vice versa. Anyways, it was really, 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 really well done. That thing went for almost $1,000.
Wow.
And then the third one he did, I think, went for what, 600, 700, something. It only had one. Honestly, the third remark, I think he knew it wasn't that great. Because it looked a little hunched over, kind of. But anyways, it didn't sell for as much, but it still sold. I mean, it sold for a lot. But
yeah, it was nuts.
So then the show ends, okay? And Rob turns the camera off, thinking that he shut the show down.
No way.
He's hot mic'd. And so you can just hear him talking in the background.
Turn this up. Turn it up. I got to hear this.
That's me laughing. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here because I'm like dying. So that's his wife. He eventually tells us how much money he made.
There it was. It's him getting on a plane to go in Spain. He's like, the pilots go, hey, you want to come sit in the front? He goes, sure. He goes, what are you doing? He goes, I'm going to meet the creator of Deadpool.
Is that Elijah?
That's
Elijah.
Rob.
Then he hears mom say, it's Rob Liefeld. He created Deadpool. And the captains are going, oh, that's really cool, whatever. And then it's just so cute because then it cuts to, he put the video of you and him singing whatever on this thing on there. So I think you're like a bubble now on this.
Talk about Make-A-Wish.
So,
I love it.
it's cute. I mentioned, I go, Rob really enjoyed meeting you, Elijah. I hope you had a great car on or something like that. He goes, I've made my whole week meeting Mr. Liefeld. Your husband, Mr. Liefeld.
That's so cute. Wait.
So, anyways, I'm just thrilled that you get to do, just by meeting somebody.
What? Is there something else? Okay. Joy?
I'll slink away.
No, you don't have to slink away, honey. It's great.
So, let's go. So you just bring whatever you have in here and then sell it?
Yeah. And then we'll learn. We'll get better. We'll learn how to do. I thought we had a good selection tonight. What were you saying, Dave? Or did you misread something?
Oh no, just
Okay.
About another minute.
many books do you have to ship? 50, 60, 100, 200?
I got chased at Caliber. That was my big one. Ratchet. But today's kind of a ratchet day. Tired. He went somewhere, so I don't know where he went. So that's kind of interesting, doing a Deadpool remark on a cable bust. So they get their buddies together.
At least I thought it was another minute. So it was funny. He kept talking about nachos all night. In a minute, you're going to hear him eating his nachos.
This is better than Real Housewives of Orange County. I was on that show, FYI. We'll talk about that another time.
Okay. There's the nachos. And then you see him. He turns around. He discovers he's live. And then turns it off.
Well, that ruins everything then.
Then that was
That
it.
was great.
Oh, I didn't hear the part about how much money he made. That's what I was waiting for.
I don't think I was recording at that point, but I thought it was what I thought was interesting. He has a hot mic, and this is what they do. They talk about his Make-A-Wish Foundation, his dog, and then his wife making him nachos. And I'm like, that's like the best hot mic ever.
I was going to say that's like best case scenario of being caught off guard. And so kudos to him, because I feel like he could have, I mean, anybody could have very easily said a lot of very regrettable things.
Yeah. Like if I go like, finally you're off that live, like, no, she's like, here's your nachos and the kid at the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He was so happy. And and here's a dog. And I probably fast forwarded through the amount of money he made, which was like you said, $11,000 is what he made in 2 hours.
That evening on Whatnot. That instant economy of Whatnot is remarkable. It's remarkable. You have to build the ability to extract from it or have a reputation that precedes you, but it is there if you're willing to make it happen.
This is Ian. Everyone here is I got, and it hurts so bad talking about it. He didn't sell enough stuff. $11,000 in 2 hours. And here's what I think happened with Rob. And I think Keith was there. I think he saw it. But not only was he getting the thrill of like making money, which is, a great thrill, but he was getting all this love and approval at the same time. And so I can't imagine how addictive that can be.
It was awesome. He
Incredibly.
was in his element, and he was, just really just rocking out for us. He was telling us stories. He was doing impressions of Todd McFarlane.
Really good too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And Stan Lee.
Stan Lee was very good too. And he gravitated towards an energy like that. And the coolest part was that, he enjoyed the crap out of it. And he had that attention and he had the floor and he just rolled with it, man. There was a lot of jokes. He jumped on the stream initially and was like, the Bronco's about to buck, everybody. And when a Bronco bucks, you let him buck. And throughout the stream, we kept reminding him of that. And it was just, it was nuts. It was wild.
He laid into me one time because he was talking about how Deadpool is the most selling Funko Pop ever. Okay. Which I don't disagree with. I mean, I have nothing about Funko Pops. I own one. Yeah, one. And he was just talking about how great it was. And I said, Spider-Man is greater than Deadpool. It's Spider-Man, Wolverine, and then Deadpool. But the cool thing about that, Rob, is you created a top 3 character, not Todd. That's not what he read.
That's not what he read at all.
He was like, listen here, dude. I don't know who you think you are, but I know the numbers. I got the numbers, and it's Deadpool all the way. He is number 1. Spidey, nobody cares about. That's not true. It's not Spidey. It's Deadpool. Like he laid into me,
He
and
put you in your place. I was dying.
I loved every second of it. It was so good.
That is pretty priceless. That's priceless.
Without it didn't cost me anything to lay there on my couch and have Rob just lay into me. Like it was great. I loved it.
I really regret not recording that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been good. Symbiote by Nature says, "I'm glad for Rob that he didn't say anything regrettable because he seems like a cool, genuine guy."
Oh, I
So-
wouldn't have played it.
so-
If he'd have said something regrettable, I wouldn't have played it.
Why does anyone know why he has a bad reputation amongst the community then? Like, what is that about? Because I just hear bits of that, so that's what's sort of registered with me. Not that I know anything from experience. And anytime that I've ever, paid attention or watched Rob, it's been scenarios like this. I haven't seen anything bothersome, but I don't know. I always I thought it was a shared opinion, but apparently not. Apparently everyone loves him. Okay, good for Rob.
If I could speculate, I think that he doesn't get the proper credit financially for Deadpool. And I think that he has a kind of like chip on his shoulder about that, because there's been some cases where he sued them and they went back and forth, and there were rights issues over the movie and things that he wasn't asked about things that how the character was handled and things like that. So he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he comes off cocky sometimes about like, I created Deadpool. And
Got it.
Don't take that the right way, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's
But
fine. Yeah, let him have. Yeah.
you know what? If you got the checks to cash, I'll take it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Here's the
Okay.
thing.
No. So I get it. Then I probably wouldn't mind that at all. I'd probably be like, go for it, Rob. Be as whatever as you want. You created him.
Well, that thing that probably doesn't play well in other spaces is perfect for Whatnot, and I think he discovered that last night.
Is there a such thing as a successful sale on Whatnot that is silent and peaceful?
What does that mean? Silent and peaceful.
Do you have to sell in order to sell? Can you
No.
just be calm and let the items do what the items do?
There's a store, so you can load a store,
Mhm.
and people just go there and buy it. Like, you don't even have to do anything. And he did
Okay.
have that, and others have that as well. You just go in there, buy it, you're done. You don't have to bid, you don't have to watch, you don't have to do anything. There's no interaction. And that did happen.
Yeah, you don't have to be a nut on Whatnot to do well. There are those that, do well with the high energy. And, we talked about Watch Me earlier, and that how he just is just a fun stream to watch, whether you're buying or not. And the same thing happened with Leafield. And then other times you'll jump in on Whatnot and someone will be like, here's this card. And people buy it and boom, they're done. Here's the next card. Boom, they're done. And it just, some are like that and some aren't. And there's steals to be had. And then there's other times where there's chaos going on.
I go
How
to
long-
Whatnot for entertainment. That's it. I go there for entertainment. And if I happen to get a card, great.
It's the
If
ball
you-
pit of cards.
Right. It's right. Right. If you go to Whatnot, if you start a new Whatnot account, you go to Whatnot. I mean, I imagine once you go live, if it's your first time, no one's gonna pop in there, or randomly, there's probably enough traffic for people to pop in there.
Well, he got 1,000 followers his first night, which is
One night.
massive for Whatnot.
And that's Rob Liefeld though. Like
I hear you, but it's still massive for him, because if you have 1,000 fans, distinct fans who show up at a high concentration to spend money, to me, it's an interesting way to make sales direct to your people at a price that you get to dictate in the moment for the most part, unless you do auctions.
Right. Hey,
Keith, did you want to
Whatnot.
respond to this? Would a chip on the shoulder have something to do with Deathstroke?
You know what? I did it first, but I wasn't accurate in my. I thought initially Deadpool was created by Marvel to spoof Deathstroke, but I may be mistaken, so I didn't want to go nuts on that if I wasn't sure.
He told the story last night that the reason he created Deadpool is because McFarlane kept making fun of the fact that he got to do a character that didn't have any face details, so
Right.
he could draw it faster. And so he created Deadpool to be able to have a big-eyed character that he didn't have to draw as detailed and as often.
Yeah, so I think that there is. I've read a ton of articles about how there was a falling out between Rob and Marvel for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't until he did the relaunch of X-Force, I don't know what year it was, that they asked him to come back, that they kind of mended the wounds there. But then it kind of got broken again during the whole MC or the Fox Deadpool saga, because he really wasn't consulted much on what was happening with that. It just kind of happened, and it ended up being what it was, and it was a great portrayal. But I think that even him last night on the stream, he'll tell you that as much as he appreciates the fun version of Deadpool, for him, it's the dark mercenary Deadpool that he intended it to be.
He even said he doesn't like sockhead Deadpool.
Right.
They just came out and said it, which I thought was great because I'm not a fan either.
Right. Same.
So, speaking of the Deadpool movie, have you heard the predictions of when I'm gonna call it Deadpool 3? Deadpool 3 is gonna come out. So they're thinking February of 2024, February 2024, which February is a date that is similar to when Deadpool is released previously, but that it fits real nicely in that kind of block of time that they haven't announced a movie. Manu, have you seen Deadpool?
No, I haven't, and I haven't.
Not surprised.
Let me throw another wrench in here.
Yeah.
So I still haven't watched Iron Man, but I watched the DC movie.
You're what?
Isn't that crazy? So I watched.
Glad we have Keith here. We can finish the show.
The poor guy's over there talking still.
I
Manu,
stopped
what are you
talking because
about?
I realized last time when you can't see me, you can't hear me either, or when
No.
Justin controls it. So I just stopped talking.
What do you mean you watched the DC movie?
I watched The Dark Knight Rises or Returns. Rises, maybe.
Okay. Are you watching the trilogy? You're watching the
No, I just watched that one.
okay.
Like it was on Netflix, and I was like, yeah, food, and this. So I pressed play, and it was Anne Hathaway, who I adore.
Yeah, you should.
So it was
There's a Meg Ryan
fantastic.
vibe to her.
You know, and she's awesome.
Mhm.
I'll say a couple of things. Now I know where all of those Bane quotes come from, right? Even though I've used them, I didn't know who the heck it was saying them, and now I know. And this is an opinion that this movie I had not seen, but I had seen the other one with Christian Bale. And here's what I'll say: I don't like the guy whatsoever.
Christian Bale.
I don't like anything about him as Batman. I don't like him, and it is the corniest thing in the world to hear him talk in the Batman voice. He is so cornball. I cannot do it. But it still didn't ruin the movie for me because Anne Hathaway, and it's dark, and it's a good one. It's a decent film.
Yeah. We're not going to stay too long on DC, but I'm glad you watched the movie. I feel like that's a push in the right direction.
It's a comic book movie. We're going in the right direction for sure.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah. See, Manu, we all voted, and you said you would watch Iron Man.
I know, and I want to, and I'm going to, and I apologize for being such a failure.
Lies.
Yep. So we got a request here. Here we go. From Marvel Packs. Keith and Spidey, please discuss some of the trailers in SDCC. Do we want to talk about the Black Panther trailer?
That you want to start there?
I really do. I mean, give me your first impression real quick, Keith.
I thought it was magnificent. I thought it was one of the most gorgeous trailers they've ever put out. There was, I don't know what I was listening to or what I was watching today, but someone said that like it almost brought them to tears. And now that's an exaggeration, but I thought it was the most extravagant trailer that they've put out personally.
I agree. Look, Manu with the fake apology. Sorry.
And it starts with No Woman, No Cry, and then it goes into the Kendrick Lamar, and it just hypes you up at the end there. They do a great job with it. And I think
they had to, I mean, think about what they had to honor in that trailer. Like it was a lot. How do we do a trailer for a movie that's coming out that's going to be like would you say that's the blockbuster MCU film of this year? Is there one that should be bigger than that? You had Thor: Love and Thunder. Well, you had Multiverse of Madness, and I think that one technically probably should be in terms of hype.
But based on how much the first Black Panther surprised everyone and was such a takeoff and a great film, I think that they have a lot to deliver on with this, and they know it, and there's a lot to honor, like you said. And I think that everyone that was in it, but just based on the impressions everyone got from everyone on the stage, really put a lot into this film.
Yeah.
And whether you like the idea that it's Namor or whatever as the villain, it doesn't matter. This movie is going to be of epic proportions.
Yeah, so I thought they honored the fact that they had to deal with the fact that Chadwick Boseman has passed. And, you know, we kind of all know what's going to happen, that he's not going to be Black Panther moving forward. Right.
Right.
So how do we handle that in a way that's, man, it was so gripping and compelling, you know, for them to think about the losses they suffered. And we don't know what the drama is, but apparently it's more than just that, because, you know, she cries out at some point in the trailer and says, you know, I've lost everything. Right. I believe that's his mother in the film.
Correct.
Correct.
She says, I've lost my whole family, everything.
Yeah. And we don't know if that's to, you know, if that's to Namor, and, you know, or what. We don't know what really that's about.
Well, they're going to have to blame his death on someone in
Mhm.
the MCU. Someone's going to have to be responsible for it. You know, now whether or not they put that on the Moore, or whether or not there's really an underlying villain that we're not going to see that manipulates
Mhm.
people into thinking that really is the one that they put it on, which is what I'm banking on. Remains to be seen. But yeah, they're going to have to address it in the movie somehow, and then go from there. And then, you know, we also see that there is a new Black Panther, or is it a flashback, or what's going on there in the very last scene? You know?
Yeah.
And I'll spec on that alone for 45 minutes. I could spec on that alone.
Yeah, and obviously they don't want us to know yet who's going to carry that mantle of Black Panther moving forward. Is it Shuri? In that pose, you can't quite tell if it's male, female, at least in my opinion. It does have a slender look to it. I'm with
The
you.
forearms and the shins, they're pretty
thin, but I mean,
yeah.
You know, if Manu put on the suit, we might all be confused.
Not Manu.
I'm just gonna let it happen because I don't even know what's happening.
You know. And but you know, either way, like I'm really hyped by that. I'm very thankful that we get that movie this year. I'm excited. It feels like maybe it pushes us forward. One of the things I was really excited about is like, hey, we're at the end of phase 4. Like phase 4 is going to end. It's drawn on too long already, and we're going to get right into phase 5. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, phase 4, for what it's worth, there was a lot of good in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got WandaVision, we got, you know, and
Loki, Captain America.
Yeah, we got a new Captain America. You know, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on there, but there wasn't ever to what effect? Where are we going with this, right? And there was a couple people that said, or that I've read about, that say that it's all about repercussions. You know, what happened in Infinity War? You know, we lost Vision, so that created what happened to Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what happened with Captain America? So that creates the new Captain America. What happened with this person? So that's a lot of what everyone thinks, is that phase 4 has been a lot about repercussions. But also, I feel like there have been no repercussions in any movie or show when it ended.
Well, who's our big villain for phase 4?
Why are people in the chat just asking other
because
names?
I think it's because Marvel Marshall said, everybody, what's up, Marvel cards, baby. And then I think Samuel was guessing, is that Gingy Man? Because that's what he says. And then we get these. I don't know. I think Marvelous may be asking the question to these guys, Luciv and Doomcard. I'm not sure. But
right? Yeah. It's like what?
Well, Vic's saying that it looks like it could be the Killmonger suit. Ian's calling him Nimbus.
Namor.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really excited to see Namor. I'm very happy that they chose to give it kind of a rich cultural background coming from South America. I think that's going to be great. It adds to the mythology of the character they can do a lot with. So I'm excited about that because I think if you're familiar with, you know, Namor, he's not always a bad guy. He's not always a good guy. Like the same person who, you know, creates conflict from the sea is also, you know, part of the Illuminati Council, which is a bunch of good guys who protect the world, right?
He's kind of a pain in the butt wherever he is, really. He's never going with the flow of whatever he's supposed to be in. He's always on the very edge of it.
Yep. So excited about that.
Yeah.
So give us the list of what's in phase 5. Do you have that in front of you?
Of course I do. Of course I do. I mean, which tab of the 7 I have open for you do we have?
Namor is starting to sound like Amber Heard. That's not fair. Manu, do you
right.
know who Amber Heard is?
Yeah, Johnny Depp's ex.
Okay, just making sure.
We
She's
start with Man.
yeah, she was also Elon Musk's girlfriend for a short time.
Yes, she was.
How crazy is that?
Pretty nuts, but good for Elon. That it only lasted a short time.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry. I like Amber. I don't want to have personal attacks on anyone. I don't know anything about any of these people. I just know who she is. That's all.
I was just waiting on you to finish it. I love how you finished it, by the way. That was
that
great.
was Elevator Elon was what we saw, right? Or was that?
I don't know.
No, it was somebody else.
Sydney, I was going to say.
When you make a reference like Elevator Elon, are you like referencing how celebrities always have their physical abuse elevator moment with their girlfriend? Is that what we're talking about?
No, so there were clips of her going in and out of her elevator with one with Elon and one was with I can't remember his name. Going up and down the elevator, and there was speculation that not just Elon, and then there was another star.
Oh,
I don't know.
I didn't know about that. Yeah,
somebody in chat helped.
That's my
probably
girls.
Pete Davidson, because he's with
God.
everyone all the time.
That's what you should first guess.
Yeah.
Cards of Metal says James Franco. I like James Franco. He
That's
was
who it
in
was,
something
James
that I've
Franco.
watched. Yeah.
James
He was
Franco.
in Spider-Man movies, wasn't he? Who was James Franco in a Spider-Man
Oh, I
film?
love how he clarified. Heather says, first of all, if Heather's watching the show, we have arrived. Miss
That's
Cards
true.
of Metal?
Oh, yeah.
This
Cool.
is metal in the house.
That's awesome. And yeah. So, but I love that Ian's like, I don't know. but Heather says. And the chat
Thank you everyone in the chat catching up with that.
James Franco, we're talking about playing Spider-Man, right?
He was Green Goblin. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah,
Yep.
I do. Oh, I liked him in that movie. I even liked that movie. That was a good one.
I didn't like what they did with him as a goblin. I liked him in the movie.
Yeah. I don't even remember the Goblin, but I remember Franco.
Oh, it was rough.
Oh man, maybe that's why I put it away.
You got the list, Keith?
The 5, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we start with Ant-Man and Wasp.
Okay, we've known that's coming.
Right. Chaos.
We enter Kang into the MCU in the sense of the movies. He's already, shown up in Loki.
Oh, I have an Ant-Man book signed by the actor. It's a 9.8. Does that mean it's finally time for me to get rid of it?
I don't know, honestly.
Because I would like to get rid of it. And you just said something that makes me think maybe there's a buyer for it now.
Well, it's next year. It's going to come out early 2023, if I remember correctly.
February.
Look, there's a reason they keep making Ant-Man movies. Like, they're actually pretty good.
They are.
Really? Sydney,
Yes.
my bad. I probably agree with you. I was just trying to be nice. See, that's what I get saying a nice thing about a movie. Sydney tells me it wasn't a good movie. I'm just going to go back to being me. They're all not good movies. So.
Good.
So you've also got MODOK in that.
Okay.
You've got MODOK going on there. We have unconfirmed whatever Bill Murray's doing. I think he's going to be Lang's dad, personally.
Okay, got you.
But who knows if they have something more and fun for store with him.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we have Secret Invasion.
Okay.
Which we saw Colby Smulders is back. We know Nick Fury, obviously.
Mm-hmm. And this is going to be about the Krees. Is that right?
This is going to be about
Skrulls.
Yeah.
Skrull.
This is a really nuts storyline that I'm nervous about being in a show. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but I remember reading this in the books, and man, it was awesome because you never know who was going to turn.
I think that they probably had a bigger plan, and COVID wrecked all that they were going to pour into that storyline. That's my just quick thought about it, but it makes sense to me.
Because what you could do with Secret Invasion is you could bring everybody back very easily. You could say that the Cap we've had was a Skrull the whole time, and the real Cap's been gone for years.
Are you aware of that, Manu? The Skrulls and how they play a role into comic books?
Yeah, I know all about it, but I just choose to keep that to myself. I don't want everyone to know how educated I am.
So they're shapeshifters, and I love that. Thank you, Manu. They're shapeshifters, and so like without even having to have a multiverse, they can rewrite a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is what that means.
You know, I oh sorry.
No. Just that they were like, well, that person's been locked up over here. We've been portraying them. You thought they died, but that was a scroll, and here they are.
Wow. Okay.
But go ahead.
Unrelated but related. There was a hat given out at SDCC in Hall H. It came in two forms: a strap back, and like a trucker hat, or a snapback or a strap back. And I like strap backs, dad hats. And they say it's a cool hat. It says Marvel Multiverse, Marvel Studios on the front. And then on the back right here, it says Phase 4, 5, and 6 in like purple, pink, and some other color. And it's actually selling on eBay regularly right now. Auctions are ending between $80 and $150.
Wow.
And there's some buy it nows for like $150. Basically, if anybody grabbed one of those and hasn't worn it, like you're willing to promise me it hasn't been on your head, just tell me how much you want for it and I want to buy it. Thank you.
Love that. I haven't seen the hat. Sounds awesome though.
It's sick. I want it.
They did a really cool thing with the logo. I think I was telling you, Justin, how they put the 4 up, then it shifted, the I went away and it was a V, then the I came back at the end, and then all of a sudden it said Multiverse Saga.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
they went 4, 5, 6 Multiverse Saga.
Yeah.
So
we got some people that want Black Widow back.
I'd be the biggest poser in that hat, but I'd enjoy posing in that hat.
Oh my God. I forgot about that. Watch a movie.
Please make this happen.
So sometimes you just got to say it like you're one of them.
Yeah.
You get accepted until you remind them.
Right. Oh, I love it. I love it.
But own it. Hey, you own it. I like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not that big a deal. I mean, here it is, but in other places it isn't.
So after Secret Invasion, what do we got? Guardians 3. I mean, this has got to be it, right?
Serious tone. We're going to see almost the whole team decimated by the time it's done. They want to really delve into the history of Rocket, which is going to bring out our buddy and our buddy's buddy, Evolutionary, because he tampers with DNA and all that stuff. This is also a potential for us to find out about mutants, because there's a chance that they may ditch the original Kree storyline and turn it into that maybe he tampered with human DNA years ago, and that's how one of our first trickles of mutants come into the storyline. Who knows?
You don't think it's going to come from the Eternals storyline with, gosh, what am I trying to think of?
Man,
way Thanos is made. What is he called?
Dude, Ironheart's coming. Oh, sorry.
Yes, Ironheart is coming. That's going to be great.
We just talked about how I expect.
We skipped right over that when we were talking. We skipped right over that in Panther. I forgot about that.
Yeah. No, Ironheart's going to be fun, I think.
The Eternal storyline is I don't know. It's quite convoluted when you think about it, and when you bring in the Shang-Chi storyline, and you think about the fact that they've been on Earth for hundreds of thousands of years. The rings were on Earth 1,200 years, and at no point were the deviants any issue for Shang-Chi.
There we go. That's what I'm trying to think.
At no issue were the deviants an issue with, I forget Shang-Chi's father's name, who originally had the rings, but he never, the deviants never came for him. There's an issue there with that whole timeline. It's a little convoluted. We still don't know what's going on with the Celestial in the ocean. Never addressed since then.
That's just the craziest thing ever. Manu, are you aware of that? So, Celestial's like, this massive universal galactic being. And in the Eternal storyline, they made it where Celestials are born out of planets. Therefore, when they're born, the planets explode and everything dies. And that's happening on Earth. And there's a character that's supposed to be a good guy, but actually wants the Celestial to be born. And it like starts coming out of the Earth, and you see his head in his hand, and then it stops. So he's just sitting there like a statue in the ocean. For
scale, it's bigger than the Great Wall of China. Like, you know how in space they say they can see the Great Wall of China? This thing is like a sixth of the scale of Earth based on what they show us. And yet it's just completely unfettered and unaddressed in anything since then.
Haven't talked about
it.
But anyways, we'll speculate on how mutants come into the storyline later. Because I think D23, which is not far away, September.
So I think that there's a lot with D23, and you're right, it is in September. I think that when it came to SDCC and the announcements and stuff like that, They knew that they had to make a big splash, but also Disney was like, hey, listen, we still need you to save something in the chamber for us at D23. Don't go crazy. So I think that although they announced a ton of stuff here, even into phase 6, which is nuts, I didn't expect that, they kept a couple things in their pocket. And I think that D23 may be a spot where we learn a little bit more and get some gratification for things that we're waiting for, like mutants.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So we talked about Secret Invasion, and we talked about what else? What we got else in phase 5?
After that is going to be Echo show, which
Echo.
I'm hyped about. I thought she was like this. I thought she was the surprise hit of God. What show was she in?
She was in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So Manu, you familiar with the character Echo? It's a modern character.
No.
Stop doing that to me. Yes, you are.
I don't want to lie to you. I'm not. I still live in the 90s.
Oh, I thought you were lying to me. Don't lie to me. Well, Echo is a character like Hawkeye and Daredevil. Kind of. Would you say they're kind of merged together?
Maybe. I'll give you that.
More Daredevil, I guess, than Hawkeye.
Right.
I'm thinking about the other chick, but anyways, she's very perceptive, has heightened senses, even though is she deaf? Is that right?
I believe she is deaf and basically mute as well because of that.
So, but anyway,
Daredevil's blind, right?
Right, but he has, I think, true sonar ability.
Correct.
Like
okay.
Like 1,000 bats.
I was gonna say truer than actual bat sonar. Yeah, he's basically he's fine. There's no issues with him not seeing.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
But anyway, she's a cool character. Honestly, I don't know why. God, I'm getting crucified for this. I thought she was gonna be more attractive from the comic book, like based on the way she was portrayed in the comic books. I just didn't.
Oh, that's Echo. Echo's on the cover of this one Daredevil comic book, and she looks like an actress. I always say she looks like this one actress.
So my question with the casting,
anyway,
I think that they were also accurate. I think that the actress playing her didn't she also hearing impaired?
Yeah, total. Like I'm fine with the way she portrayed the role. That makes sense. It wasn't the look I thought that from what I was expecting from the comic books. So
you're not going to get Electra level hotness from her. I think either way
makes sense. Electra getting casting rumors here.
Yes, Isa Gonzalez.
All right, so Paul says, fellas, if the news about X-Men properties in the MCU not being on the table till 2025, we better be getting RDJ and Evans back for Secret Wars, or the MCU's in for some big problems. I'd like to talk about this for a minute. So we know already that Disney has full rights for the animated series. Like they've got that wrapped in the bag. And so I believe they have everything they need to do the X-Men properly right now from a license standpoint.
Yes.
So the delay to 2025, 3 years from now, I guess, would it be wanting to wrap up the Avengers storyline, so to speak, and get to Secret Wars?
So there's a lot to unpack there. One is 100% what you're saying. There's already a plan out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they were supposed to be on. And although it's gone off track a little bit, they still want to stick to what they've created so far and continue down that path.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think that they anticipated gaining the X-Men properties when they did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think their goal was actually just to get the Fantastic Four. They were gunning for Fantastic Four more than X-Men to get this whole thing going with Secret Wars. And it just happened to be that Disney decided, you know what, forget it. We'll take ESPN, we'll take Fox, we'll take everything that has to do with that, and we'll buy it all. And that was never something that they expected to happen. So it was a surprise to them to gain all of those properties. They were in negotiations already for years to get these things. They didn't think that they would just buy it outright and just like, oh, we have this now? The life cycle of a movie and how long it takes to get off the ground. You know, it's 2 to 3 years before we even hear the first murmur of it.
You can kind of like imagine this room, and it's got, all these plans and mapped out about how they're going to do the MCU. And all of a sudden somebody walks in and goes, okay, here's all the mutants. Fit them in.
We've got them.
Plug them in. Yeah. But in saying that, we kind of led this segment with the fact that Deadpool is going to come in 2024, and from what I've heard, it's ahead of production. It's ahead of a lot of the other movies that we're talking about in production. We've actually already seen Deadpool and Korg in a skit together.
That's because Ryan Reynolds is a maniac, and he's a true, in love with this character, and he really will do anything to make it be better and more successful. He was born to do this. There will never be another role. Like years from now, we might see him at an Oscars because he played some amazing like Private Ryan role, but he was still built for this role. I don't care what anybody says.
And this I could actually speak to because I think I have seen one of the Deadpool films, but what I do know for sure is Ryan Reynolds is perfect as Deadpool because he's charismatic, he's charming, he does that sort of obnoxious wit in like a very likable, like it's perfect for Deadpool.
Go back to Van Wilder, and you were like, this guy needs to play Deadpool. Years ago, people were saying that.
So yeah, I'm with you guys on that for sure.
Do you know the story about how he willed this into existence too?
We were doing so good until you asked me that question.
So
Manu, you get to pick the topic next week.
No, I don't actually know his involvement in getting that to happen for him. I don't.
So he already had wanted to do this for years. Fox was like, no. It was happening the same time that the Gambit stuff was going on with Channing Tatum, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And he had gotten together with the producer or the writer at the time. They wrote a script. They did everything. Nobody really, he did it all on his own. And then they contracted a visual effects company to do test footage with his voice on it. Mm-hmm. And then when he got shut down once more, he leaked it. And the internet went nuts.
Good for him.
When it leaked, he was like, wow, where did this come from? What a great idea. Just like he would as Ryan Reynolds. And the internet did everything else. Fox had no choice. Any repercussions that could have happened because he used the property without their permission? Nope. And look at what he has now. This giant blockbuster, this told you so in his pocket that he can run around with for the rest of his life. And a character that he's just waiting, just pining at the bit to get involved in some real MCU stuff. But in the meantime, he'll have fun just ragging on everything.
Absolutely.
Imagine getting Spider-Man and Deadpool on the screen at the same time with the banter.
And with what's happening with the Marvel universe, that's a possibility then, right? Because they've just thrown everything at everything, and everyone's all in wherever they want to be now. Yeah.
Can I criticize the Spider-Man banter so far out of all of them? Hasn't been great. Like it's been kind of like he hasn't been him. I don't know. There's something about the banter when he's fighting people that has seemed.
Andrew Garfield was the best at the banter.
Okay, I agree.
And that was probably my favorite part of his character. But I'm with you. Tom Holland just isn't naturally funny in the way that Ryan Reynolds is naturally funny.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
I thought he was funny in Uncharted.
Did you really?
I liked that movie. It was cute. I'm a fan of the games, so it was cool seeing them on the screen.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there. Got you. So what's next? Where are we at? I don't have the chart in front of me.
All right. The Marvels, which will be Monica Rambeau.
I want to talk about the Marvels.
So initially what they're telling us is it'll be the Marvels. So it'll be Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Monica Rambeau in a series.
And Blue Marvel.
And Blue
Adam
Marvel.
Legend, Blue Marvel.
Right.
Yes.
I always forget. I forget because he's a newer, reinvented kind of character.
Yeah, from 2009.
Right.
Now
he came over from the Ultimate storyline.
He was he had his own title. Adam.
Right.
Yeah, Adam Legend of Blue Marvel is the name of the title. 5-issue series. And then from there he moved to the Ultimates. And he changed his costume to the costume doesn't work for me, the new one. The original is the one I like the most. But
what's his name? Adam Brasher?
Adam Brasher. Amazing character. Kevin DeVoe created him. Just an amazing guy. I really want to have him on the channel one day. He's approachable, but he hasn't checked his Instagram messages.
Now, what drew the character?
What's that?
As a newer character, what drew you to him?
So his character's very interesting in the sense that when Kevin was writing the storyline, he had to say, how can I have this character that's so amazingly powerful? How can he have existed and people not known about it? Right. And so what he did is he's like, this guy came out in the 40s, like he was around the 40s, and he had to defeat this character, Antimatter Man, I think is what he's called, or something like that.
Okay.
And he was masked up, had a mask on, and in the fight, his face is exposed, and it turns out he's a black man. And in that time in history, America didn't want their superhero to be black.
Wow.
And so the government said, can you go into hiding, be our insane, intelligent scientists, and only if we reach a level 10 threat will we call you out. And so for the rest of time, like all of our favorite superheroes are taking care of everybody, whether it's Iron Man, whether it's Thor, whether it's whatever, right? Well, then one day, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Sentry, and Namor, and somebody else couldn't defeat this villain. So they had to call Blue Marvel back out. And he shows up, handles business, one punches Sentry for good measure. And that's kind of the 5-issue storyline. So it's just a really incredible story. If you get a chance to read it, it's much better than me telling you about it. And so that's why he's been hidden. That's why he only shows up unless it's a top threat.
Interesting. I didn't know that Sentry was what brought him out.
Well, no, Sentry couldn't handle him. Iron Man, Captain Marvel couldn't handle. Miss Marvel's actually, she's in the black outfit with the yellow swoosh.
Right.
Couldn't handle the villain, so they had to call him out.
Gotcha.
But he's going to be in the Marvels. They've already cast him as a character from. It's an actor from Canada. I don't know who it is.
Wow.
I've read it, but I don't remember it. Exciting. So I'm excited about the Marvels.
I want to interject just because I'm not going to have anything to say until you guys get to phase 7 or something. But I was watching something on YouTube. Anyway, this is Method Man. You know Method Man, Wu-Tang Clan.
He loves comics, right?
He loves comics,
Yes.
and he's obviously an actor. And now I don't know anything about anything, so I don't know if this is something that people knew about, whatever. So I'm just going to say it. You guys can tell me what I'm missing. But so Feige, Kevin Feige, is that the person's name? So he goes, Kevin Feige, if you're listening, I still want to be in an MCU role. This is Method Man, talking to the camera. And he said that he either auditioned for Bishop or there was still talks about. Okay, so this is something that everyone always knew.
It needs to be Bishop. It needs to be Bishop.
There you go. All right, then. He's even got the cosplay and stuff. Like he does the M on his face, dresses like Bishop. Okay.
I'll share a picture with you that Boss Logic did of him mocked up as Bishop, and it is just nuts.
There you go. And now I'm really gonna catch them. But man, who is Boss Logic? Like, who is that?
So he is an artist on Instagram that is now he actually works with Marvel to do movie posters. And before that, though, like he's responsible for some castings just through fanfare.
Wow.
I think probably to me, from my minimal observation, the big key to Boss Logic is he's fast and he's obviously witty.
He's got a good eye.
He's able to take what he sees. He does it really, really quickly. And so before the rumor can spread, he's got something posted.
He gave us Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. Not to get off the Marvel, but
right. No, we like Ahsoka.
Yeah.
We like Star Wars.
We like Rosario Dawson.
Facts. Straight facts. But so I'm excited about the Marvels. Carry on.
See, I have a feeling also that could be a plant, personally.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some people that believe that the Marvels really is the mutants.
So interesting. I can't imagine, because they got so much invested in Miss Marvel. They got so much invested in Captain Marvel. We know that Miss Marvel's coming back. They did mention the mutants in Miss Marvel. So, but what if in the whole Marvel storyline, we get Rogue at some point?
Ooh, bring us Rogue, please.
And that could be a great way to introduce her. You've got Carol Danvers, you've got the story of her powers and where they become even stronger than they are.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched that episode last night on X-Men. Just watched it last night.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm rewatching it because now that they've fixed the order, I want to run through it.
Mm-hmm.
That could be really cool. That'd be a cool way to. I wouldn't mind, and it would kind of be full circle, because when you think about it, the first mutant we ever saw on screen, was it not Rogue in the original X-Men?
Like, what do you mean original
You're
X-Men?
our first mutant in the original X-Men movie.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just think
Right?
that
The opening scene.
I just think that could be a fan service where there's this interaction with this, young Mississippi girl, and maybe it's not a big part of the scene, big part of the movie, but it puts Captain Marvel down, right? And then the other Marvels have to step up. It'd just be interesting. All right, what else we got?
After that is Loki season 2, which I loved season 1. I was a big fan of it. Just a super fun. I mean, I'll watch him act all day. And then I can't remember her name, but I don't want to call her female Loki. I want to give her due respect, but she was fantastic too.
The variant Loki.
Yeah, she was so good.
I so thought that was Enchantress, man.
Yeah, for a while, right?
Definitely had to feel of that.
Sophia DiMartino, and she's Sylvie. That's
Sylvie,
right.
There we go.
She's fantastic. And what they can do with that is even cooler. And, we still have, right, Owen Wilson didn't pass, so he's still going to be in there messing around, being stupid. It was just a fun show, and it was another instance that they can introduce more variants or another character or address an issue that has been left as an open storyline for so long. One of the jokes when the multiverse in Spider-Man, when all of the dimensions are breaking and Doctor Strange is trying to hold them together, one of the memes was like, hello, Time Bureau, where are you? Because everything's fracturing and they're supposed to be fixing these things. Right. And we're just not using them right now. But that'd be cool to see them more involved and actually a part of things going further.
Yeah, I know the Kang is going to be a part of that storyline. It's going to be interesting to see how he continues to expand as a villain, because there's more than one Kang, right? In the sense of throughout timelines, like, or how are we going to see that play out? How are we going to see that lead up to what we're going to get to here in just a minute?
Who is Scott Eastwood? I want to see.
Yeah, so we got Johnny Bravo saying, I'm going to say Scott Eastwood for Wolverine. It doesn't seem like it's going to be Edgerton.
You know who I want.
Edgerton, right?
Yeah.
Who's Edgerton? What's the first name? Edgerton would probably do. Hartwell? Edgerton Hartwell?
T-A-R-O-N. Is that right? T-A-R-O-N.
Have you seen The Kingsman?
Yes.
He's the young guy in it.
Eggsy from Kingsman.
Okay. That doesn't help me, but I still got to Google it because I don't remember things.
Well, he was younger then. He looks a lot the same, but he can grow facial hair,
No. Okay.
There's been a lot of photos that either he's been posting or the internet's been posting or whatever.
The problem with Billy the Butcher is he's already in the MCU.
Yeah.
He's the guard that kind of turned at the end in Thor Ragnarok, right?
You guys want Edgerton to be Wolverine?
Yes.
Wow. How
because
old
now I want
is
you to
Wolverine
type in
supposed to be?
Now I want you to type into Google Boss Logic Wolverine.
Okay.
When you do that,
I will do that.
Let me do it so I can share it. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of Boss Logic Wolverine
images, and you might have to search a little, but you'll find the one that he did, a couple that he did. You have to remember also, Wolverine is short.
Yes.
He's jacked. He's a brick S house, jacked, short.
Yeah, I mean it'll work. I'm looking at a bunch of stuff Boss Logic did. He's even got Tom Hardy in here as Wolverine.
He does. He's got a couple different guys in there.
I clicked on comicbook.com and my computer froze up. They got so many spam messages on that website.
Man.
It's the worst.
And then someone's voting for Carl Urban. Let's see who that is.
Well, I would show you all this stuff, but I'm telling you,
Marvel Madness, what up?
Completely like
No, that's Billy the Butcher. That's Carl Urban. He's already been in Thor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's so funny. Like he's got a really unique nose.
Yeah.
But he's very Hugh Jackman-esque, so I do like him as Wolverine. But that nose is very much his nose. I don't know. It's very his nose.
And some have said Homelander, but we're going to save him for the next show that we're going to go over.
Okay. Word.
I'll be there in a minute. I don't know if you can hear me.
You're still
We can
here.
hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Homelander is Wolverine? Nah.
No,
Nah.
thank you.
No.
But he's being talked about to play a character, right?
We're correct. Do you want me to go to that while you figure out the? Oh no, we kicked Justin out.
What? How did we do that? Oh,
I don't know.
How the tables have turned. Huh? Huh?
Manu, you're in
Man,
charge.
man. Well, let's talk about 90s McFarlane. Let's just
90s
talk about
movies. Let's
90s
go.
Meg Ryan, everyone. Like, really, the most exciting thing that I got out of all the SDCC stuff was that hat. I was like, yo, I just need that hat. You know, it's just, Keith, the thing is this. I love all of this stuff, but I can't pretend to be someone I'm not, you know? It doesn't like organically have my interest. When I think about what am I going to do tonight? What am I looking forward to? Like, no movies are on that list. Like, it's not even a thought for me. So
Well,
I don't
it's
know how I'm
Iron
going to
Man.
get into that.
What you're looking forward to is watching Iron Man.
I gotta watch. He said, "I hear you." Spidey says, "I hear you." Man, I remember it too. I got it. Definitely got to watch it again. I'm so ashamed about so many of the movies that I wanted to watch that I didn't. Like, there was a recent Ghostbusters movie. I was so hyped when I found out. I didn't watch it.
It's good.
I hope it is, man, because my childhood is really caught up in that Ghostbusters stuff.
It kind of puts everything to bed. There's a segue where they could go further with it, but they do a really good job of doing a great honor to the people that came before.
Awesome.
There's some great cameo work in there that I won't overspoil for you, and it's just a fun movie overall. They don't try to do anything extra crazy, and I thought it was a good movie. Well, much better than the other one. And I'm not trying to be that anti-woke person that just says, oh, the women can't be Ghostbusters. That's not what I'm here to do. It just wasn't what I was looking for when I watched it.
Hold on a second. There's 2 new Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Because what you just said, I remember there was one with an all-female cast.
And it flopped. And I didn't even get a chance to watch more than a quarter of it. And I was like,
I didn't watch it either, but that's because that must have been like a decade ago. Like, the way that I'm remembering that was a while ago. I'll look it up, but I want to watch both of those. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and it's funny because the actresses in it are all actresses I find funny separately. I have no issues with that. Like, I think they're hilarious. It just didn't land for me as a show.
Dang, I forgot. Did you watch Jurassic Park, the recent one?
It's sitting on my laptop. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Leave for a minute and y'all make it to Ghostbusters. Goodness gracious.
Listen, we had to talk engaged, Justin. I had to go to movies in the 90s. I had to keep them engaged.
We had to do it, or else we were just going to chat McFarlane.
Remind me not to go to comicbook.com next time we're live. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Spammed.
I've got one slab to show him. Like, I couldn't, there's nothing. So we had to go to something I knew I could get him.
I know you got a box of comics somewhere.
Yeah, but nothing slab.
There we go. Sweet.
All right. So we won't see Boss Logic Wolverine tonight.
No,
you guys can
show
Google on your own.
Now. Yeah.
Everyone can Google on their own. So next after Loki is Blade.
Sydney, ask him again. And he's not, you know what else, Sydney? He's not a Turtles fan. He doesn't like Ninja Turtles either.
How am I not a Ghostbusters fan? It's not hard.
No, it's very hard. You had to actually actively decide that you
is
did
Bill
not
Murray
want to like
in Ghostbusters?
Yes, and he's amazing.
Yeah. I like Bill Murray. How
He's
about that?
the best. He's great.
If they swung around the city fighting ghosts, would it change your opinion? Is it because they drive around the city fighting ghosts?
Hey, the stuff that shoots out of the guns kind of looks like a web. Kind of looks like a McFarlane webbage.
Sorry,
I'm with you.
It's not working.
You know, the electroplasm.
I did like watching the Turtles movies growing up, and I enjoyed watching the cartoons when X-Men wasn't on. But
dang, Sydney, I did not know that. Wow, big.
Not a fan otherwise. What did he just say?
He said he had the first print of Turtles 1, and he said it was a 9.0, and maybe
the
I knew
9.0's
that,
a big deal.
Yeah, the 9.0's got to be a big deal in that book. Speaking of, actually, I will speak of it later.
You can speak about it now if you want to.
Well, I mean, it's just more comic book stuff. The Archie, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures from Archie Comics, issue number 1, that has April O'Neil on it with all 4 of the turtles, and it's their first time ever having the different colored headbands. You know, as I grew up, as I know the turtles, I know them to have a variety color headband. Like each one has their own
red,
headband.
blue, green, orange.
Red, blue, purple,
orange.
Purple and orange.
Purple and orange, yeah.
Yeah. Donatello's purple.
Correct.
Leonardo. Anyway. And so Raphael,
Raphael's red.
And Michelangelo's orange.
Got it.
Dude, I know something about
I know Shredder. I know what are the
Master
other weird
Splinter.
ones? Master
the
Splinter.
Foot Clan. Dude, I really know everything about the Turtles and nothing about the MCU. Anyway, so that book, issue number 1 of that book, in the height of the market last year, issue number 1 direct edition started going for close to $2,000. And now, I mean, that was the height of it, you know, and now you can get that book like $500. I want it. And then the newsstand started going for like $3,000. And I was actually bidding on one the other day on eBay, and I was just trying to steal it because it actually ended up selling for right shy of $1,000. But the reason that I wasn't in the higher numbers for the bidding is because the back of that particular copy was wavy, and I did not want my 9/8 newsstand of that book to be wavy. See, that's a rare occasion where I'm going to pay retail for a book, but I'm paying today's retail, which is $1,500 less than last year's retail.
Yeah, I like
so
the way
I
you're
kind of
thinking.
I kind of feel okay buying it, but I'm still going to be particular because that's probably just going to end up being a PC book. And you know how we want the PC money to be, you know, good money and a good PC. Yeah.
Well, so Joshua says, I'm 42 in December. Definitely anyone 40 to 43 were big Turtles fans.
For
so
sure.
Apparently you're old.
I am. I'm old. Yeah. I forget my age. I do believe I'm 37, but I think that's the same category of age.
Well, I'm 38. And again, I think it's because of the action figures. You've heard me say it. If I couldn't play with the action figures, if they wouldn't stand up, I just didn't like them. And they kept falling over and over and over again.
Yeah, man. Those turtle shells are heavy.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
Sydney, I'm old.
Shell in the back, pizza in the front. That would have been balanced, actually.
That would be balanced.
Yeah.
Maybe I need the turtle shell because I got the pizza part down. I'm definitely out of balance. Keith, what did you do?
Know, man.
Did you go to the bathroom?
I had to sign for something. I had to sign for a package, and surprisingly,
that's what I call it too. When I
30 and 90 at your house.
Next time I'm on a date, I'm gonna say, "Hey, love, I gotta go sign for something. I'll be right back."
No, for real.
You got to open it on camera now. Part of the show. If it's a bill, you can keep it.
Oh, this is a real unboxing. Like this is impromptu mail day for real unboxing. Matter of fact, I had a note on my door because I missed something today.
Isn't that the worst? Oh, whoa, go ahead and make it big. Hold on. Wow, is that Ash?
It is.
You are kidding me. X-Force X-23?
Yep.
Wow, very nice.
That is really
there we
nice.
go.
I like that.
I was trying to get it no glare.
Here, I brought something. That's awesome. Where'd it go?
I mean, I
that just came. Yeah. Very cool.
I don't know why it came so late and how it came so late, but
it's in my pocket.
Wait, where are you, Keith? What coast?
Jersey, East Coast. It's 10:30.
Yeah. How in the world? That's crazy. Well, you know, they're handling business.
You know what happens a lot of times out here, especially the post office subcontracts.
Makes sense.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
Dang, that's wild, actually.
I got this in the mail today. Sent to me.
Oh, I know what it is. Yeah.
In like this velvet case.
You got that yesterday.
Got it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bam.
Ooh.
1966. Spidey's first set, PSA 8.
Isn't that nice?
Revisiting
that
the 60s.
Is very nice.
I knew this was coming.
PSA 8's hard in these, not easy.
Yeah.
Just Daredevil on the back, but write your own caption.
Perfect opportunity to have someone autograph on a case.
To your point, if Stan was alive, I would do it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't, if that was with you and you were in the presence of Stan, it's getting signed for
It has to
sure.
be signed.
Has to be happening.
But I'm so like, I love that the person thought enough of this card to put it in this, because I kind of agree with
That
them.
is quite nice. Tell us more about the bag. The card is awesome, and we're going to discuss that into the future for sure. Is that suede?
Yeah, it's like a velvety suede feel to it. Like it
really
makes
cool.
me feel like what I have here is special.
That
It's
is
really
quite
cool.
nice. Yeah. I want to ask other questions. I'm going to ask you off air. I assume they're off air questions.
You're fine. Oh, you want to ask how much I paid for it?
Yeah.
$350.
Dang, that's a bargain, dude. That's a really good price for that
I
card.
did that, negotiate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Boom.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Congrats. That's a great.
Yeah.
That's on many levels. It's a great pickup.
It's the
Right.
juju move.
I am blessed. Thank you. Appreciate
That
that.
is very good, man. Very good. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to use that as encouragement to try to get my 8s for 350.
Yeah. And here's what's interesting is like, there's 9 of them. I don't feel the need to go get the other 7 now.
Well, it's good that at first you had none of them.
I had none.
This is a huge. Now you have one of the first Spidey cards
In a higher grade.
So, yeah, in a higher grade as well. Yeah.
So you're saying it cured your itch?
For the Donruss. I'm happy to have it. No, I'm not saying I won't pick up some more if they, present themselves, but
Right.
I'm not
You're not
out.
going nuts
Yeah, I'm
now.
not like looking at my save list every day, trying to hunt it down, that kind of mindset.
Gotcha.
So Impact says there's 11 of them.
What?
Good to know.
The number keeps going up every time we talk about the set.
10
11
more,
per
Justin.
character.
Oh, we can't call him MPAX. He told me
Marvelous
he doesn't
Facts.
like it. Yeah.
Does he not? I'm sorry. I like shortening people's
I
names.
wish he would have told me 14 weeks ago so I wouldn't have
He
wasted my
said-
affection, but okay.
He said Johnny B. It's a term of endearment. But
I think so too. I think if anybody takes the time to give you a nickname, you might want to not say, I don't like that 14 weeks later.
so I
Just a
grew
thought.
up. I grew up with a guy that he was named Scooter. That was his name. His grandma was very dear to me. Okay. One day I'm on Facebook after she passes. I'm telling you, she adored her grandson and she raised him, not his parents. And there was this long Facebook post about you shouldn't ever nickname your kids. It's just terrible. The most terrible thing you can do. And there was all these like people piling in, like just saying, yeah, I agree with you. People shouldn't have nicknames. And anyway, it was this weird thing. It was a whole weird thing.
I guess it depends on the nickname.
I mean, I guess so. But he was being very weird about it because he was basically calling out the sweetest lady I've ever known. Okay.
What was the reason? Why no?
He didn't
nickname?
like the name Scooter. I was like, hey, Scooter, Granny like adored you. Like she loved you like so much. Like, why would you do that? I got blasted for actually outing the nickname. I was like, I don't even know what to call you. What's your real name? No, I'm kidding. I knew his name was Neil. But yeah. So anyways, I guess I need to be more mindful that there is maybe some sensitivities to nicknames.
Well, I mean, if it's a teasy nickname, then there can be. But most nicknames are just,
He was from
nice.
Arkansas and he was called Scooter. Like, I mean, what do you want me to do?
Most nicknames are just for short.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time they're just short. Yeah.
Like I have a friend named Justin, and we call him Jut, just because it's one syllable. It's easy.
We had a guy named Justin. We called him Jughead growing up, and I would have been mad about that if you called me Jughead.
Yeah, that didn't shorten it. That didn't reduce the syllables. That was just an excuse to call him Jughead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it like fit him. Like it's like he owned it. So my nickname in middle school was Overtree.
Overtree?
Yeah,
Okay.
Underwood, Overtree.
That was a play on. You didn't get that when you were young, because no.
My coach,
that up for you.
a PE coach was like, "Hey, Overtree, come here."
That's got to be a dad joke. I knew it. All right.
Yeah, I was like, no kids came up with that. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
So, there we go. I had other nicknames, like underwear, whatever.
Gassed,
That's just
GASD,
lazy.
gassed.
That's just
said,
lazy
no.
joke telling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Nicknames can usually be the greatest form of bromance. I'm telling you,
Facts.
man, imagine yourself in a circle of 10 people and 9 of them have a nickname and you don't. You're going to feel a little less loved.
I almost
Let's just
never
keep
call
it
my
real.
wife by her name. Like, it's always something.
In my circle of 5 friends, we all have a nickname. None of us talks to each other in our real name. To the point where, like, if someone does something wrong, or like if I do something wrong, they're like Keith, and I'm like offended. Like, what?
Yeah.
Am I in trouble?
Right. Are we
I
friends
love that.
anymore?
Yeah.
I love that.
I will
You know,
say I got a text this morning, and it was from an unknown number, and it said it ended with "Thanks, Bubba," and I was like, "Thanks, Bubba." Like, is this from Bubba, or is he calling me Bubba? I was really confused, so I called the person. I was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Bubba." He goes, "No. I just call everybody Bubba. Like we're all bros."
It's a bro. Yeah, I've been called that before, like a
I
bro
was like,
term. Yeah.
Can I at least know who you are first? Where you call me Bubba?
How was it
It's like-
spelled?
BABBA.
See, that also depends on who's saying it because it's also a term of affection from certain like other countries too, and
Yes.
it's different. It's like Baba.
Baba. Okay.
Yeah, it's different. Like I don't want to be ignorant here. I'm not completely
Yeah.
sure the origin of it.
See?
Wait,
Bubba.
are you going into the show C now? And we're talking about Baba Voss?
I can't say it.
No,
I
I
was-
mean like I just have friends of other nationalities. They're like, "What's up, Baba? Baba?" And it just
Oh,
means
so you're talking about
completely
like
different.
are you talking like Papo?
I really don't even know. That's like just some of my Middle Eastern friends. I don't know too much about it, so I
Alright.
can't be ignorant about it. Like can't say anything. I just know that they say Baba, like it's Baba, and I don't know what it means.
I think Marvelous says it means that he's. Oh wait, maybe the nickname means he's in trouble. Not sure.
But yeah, Bubba is like the same. It's like when you go to the convenience store and you have that kind of like nickname off, like "Thanks, bro," and he goes, "You got it, Chief," and you're like, "Damn, he got me. He called me Chief."
Yeah.
Chief is
he
good.
I
does.
hit him with bro, and he hit me with the Chief. Damn. So next time you go in
Yeah.
and you're like,
All right. Since we're way off topic, so
But
when
Bubba goes to Bubs, and Bubs is what Wolverine calls folks,
hey
right?
Bub, yeah,
See,
that's not a term of endearment.
Good
unless
job.
it is.
he's gonna stab you with 3 sharp
Hey,
ones
Bub.
after he says that. So
Yeah. But like when a guy walks by, do you do this? Do you do like head down, nod?
up.
I'm usually a head down now, but it started off as a head up used to be when you're young, you want to be cool, you're doing a head up, and only old people do head down. Like that's when you're younger. And then as I got older, I think I just took a different approach to my hellos to people, and I have become a head down. I have become one of those nods of acknowledgement people, I think.
There's
Let me think. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a head up for me if it's a problem. Like,
Yeah, so I think
if it's
there's
a don't talk to me, hello.
well, I think there's the supposed psychology is like if you show your neck, that means like you're intimidated by the person to some degree, or you view them as superior, and so you're exposing the vulnerability. You're like, hey, I'm okay. Like you don't have to worry about me. Head down means like head down's like, hey, like we're on the same level here. Like I'm not vulnerable. So if you really want to go at this, like, come on.
Interesting. I never thought of that. But you're right. When you think about animals like head butting and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So where does the human being that poses for a picture with his head all the way up being the tough guy, is that him like massively
That's the
exposing his
rooster.
vulnerability?
That's not the
Right?
quick interaction. That's the rooster, like I'm flaring up.
But you know the look I'm talking about, right?
Uh-huh.
Like you can't just pose for a picture like a sensible. It's always got to be that. Why is it always got to be that? It's a family reunion. Just smile. What's wrong with
So,
you?
so you know
I don't
Wolverine,
smile either,
he's
but
going, hey bub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think after this conversation, like Keith is really seriously thinking about this. I don't think Keith is going to be a heads up, what's upper anymore. I think it all changed for him right now.
Oh
Gotta
yeah, it's
see me.
changing. That's it.
Like I'm like, oh no, like like what did he just do? Like
Not Keith. It's it's okay that it's all right that this is the moment that it all changes, but we're all now one of
Not
these.
down. What's up, man?
Yeah.
Not
You
down.
don't need
No,
to see our neck. Protect your neck.
Protect the neck.
Yeah. Anyway, this is funny.
Forest Moon, who I
Oh,
gladly nod up
Kent,
to.
you're
by
right.
the
I am
way.
talking about peacocking. That is the male version of
Yes.
peacocking in a picture. Forrest Moon's in here? Yes,
He's
he
here.
is. My man.
You know what? When I see his Instagram, I nod up because he's totally superior. Hello, legends. Been watching for the last 40 minutes while adding Star Wars cars to my PSA registry. I want to know if any of the Marvel guys use the registry for their collections, into it or not.
I don't.
Yes, people are. And I believe there's some people in the chat right now that do it. Someone posted in the Marvel group today that they just finished their PSA registry, only the 4th PSA registry with a complete 1990 Marvel MU set graded. So
Very cool.
I would say that I don't have a graded set that I think is worthy of my time of registering yet, although I do intend to have one day.
Do you
What's
know
the
which
value
set?
of registering it? What's the
What's
reason
that?
to register? Why would you register it?
Well, PSA will actually like put you in the magazine.
Okay.
Like they do, I think, a pretty good job of actually recognizing set building in their magazine.
But the purpose is just it's a look at me moment. There's nothing to gain from it.
It's totally, you know.
It's peacocking. Peacocking.
I wasn't sure if there's something to gain by doing it. Besides
Yes, but it's inspirational too because you can go on there. There's a 1996 graded set
Marvelous
on
Pack
there.
says, let's go back to talking about necks.
that's got so many. That's got so many PSA teams in the 1996. Like it's really
I'm
good.
crying.
I'm just
All right, registry.
yeah.
serious business here. Registry.
Right.
I want to talk about who you just. Well, first of all, Keith, who's Vic? You said Vic knows what's up.
That's Marvelous
Packs. Yeah,
That's
but
Victor.
don't call him Victor. It's Vic, not
that's why he
Victor.
said-
Victor means
I
his
think
mom.
he said
Yeah,
it.
that means his wife
Yeah.
is in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, he said I get mad at my wife when she calls me Victor. Okay,
Yes.
so that okay, cool. What? Wait.
Doom card. Yeah, I register them, but I just go
Yes,
quickly to see what cards I have graded in my collection. I
Okay,
like it.
cool. Yeah.
So who you just said completed a 90 MU set all graded? Was it
Yeah.
all one grade?
No, it was all over the place. 5, 6s, 9s,
yeah.
very few 10s. Yeah.
Okay, so for that particular set, the objection was graded complete. But then I'd imagine there are people on the registry that are going for the whole 9.
All
yeah,
10s.
the whole 9.
You know what? I saw it and I was like, you know
That's
what?
good.
I like that. I like that he was happy that he just completed a graded set, that it was okay that they were not all 10s.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment in itself.
You still did it.
That's a sick way to collect that set.
I actually know
that times grading fees too.
Yeah, ton. I actually know someone who's working on what they're calling a rainbow grade set. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. They're going to try to get all the way down 1 through 10 of a card graded in PSA.
That stresses me out. I don't even like the fact that you said that.
I actually kind of dig it because it's actually not as easy as you think.
That seems incredibly impossible. Like,
how do you nail a 1?
Yeah, like what are you gonna do? How many cards are you gonna have to ruin and hope it's a
just
1?
burn
and
it.
not yeah, you know, you get a 2, you're pissed off. They reject it because you've ruined it too much. Like,
Altered. You can't just hole punch it because then it's altered.
And he's doing PSA, right? So no half grades. He's not going to get a 0.5, right?
Oh, you got to get the 8.5.
He's got to get the 8.5.
It's not a true rainbow without an 8.5. That's even harder.
NYC
I'm saying
slabs,
just a 0.5, not even a 1, a 0.5.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Like out of the dog's mouth. Out of the dog's mouth into a slab.
Wait, there's a 0.5 for cards?
I have no idea. But what if there is?
Dude, that'd be crazy. There's 0.5 in comics.
I mean, Marvelous Pack says there's a 2.5. See, this rainbow's actually really hard.
Wait, what did he say? What did you? I was just responding to the fact that you said MPAX and then corrected
I
it.
know I did.
I'm still calling him MPAX.
You know, I just showed my neck. So 2.5. There's a 2.5.
I didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
So now for all the people that get a 10 or a 9 and they go pop
Oh,
one, pop
SGC 2.5,
what's the
not a
pop
PSA.
on that? But what's the pop on the 2.5? How many people actually have a 2.5? And does that make it more value because it's the only one if there is the only one?
Well, so
Pop one, baby.
and listen, I have a thing. It's weird because I'm a high grade collector, but I
Yeah.
have a thing for super demolished books, and I haven't graded them yet. But I have like
Come on
ASM
over.
300 new. I think they're awesome. I have ASM 300s that are. I don't even know. If they don't grade 0.5, I'm gonna be mad because the reason I bought them was so I could have an ASM 300 newsstand as a 0.5 because that's what newsstands were supposed to be these days, 0.5s. And these books, they're so awesome to me. So some of them I'm afraid to handle. Like I think there's mildew on them. Like I think there's actually fungus
There's
growing on some
danger.
of these books. And they exist. They exist in a completely different place altogether. ASM 300s and 316s that I wanted to send to turn into 0.5s and I never did. I haven't. Yet.
So since Johnny Bravo mentions it, I believe he has a significant PSA registry. He can correct me, but I think he does.
Oh, Johnny Bravo does? He seems like he would be a really, really, maybe not complete sets, but in terms of just Wolverine 10s across the board, like I can't imagine how many cards he has. And that 9.9 Wolverine 182.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
Was it not a newsstand? It was newsstand.
It was a 9.9 newsstand. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's insane.
Marvelous Pack says my goal is to get a 0.5 comic, Manu. I think that's a fantastic goal. I think there's something really awesome about that.
I just want the AF-15 cover. So
I can't believe I let that one page go, the Spider Bite page for $1,700. That was silly to not buy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So we got off topic when it comes to the MCU. I know that's why a lot of people wanted to watch tonight. And
shoot,
it was fun. We're having fun. Where do we leave off? Let's do that because I want to make sure we kind of get through the list first.
So we left off on Loki. And next is
Blade is next,
which has the most potential to be the disaster.
What?
Explain.
It has a lot to live up to.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Blade trilogy, although the third one may be a fall off, is still an amazing trilogy. That first movie really, without it, we probably wouldn't be here right now. It's the first, real comic movie that had the success that it had, and without trying to do extra, it just stayed as honest as it could and gave no apologies for itself, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just going to depend on how well or how much they can, commit to the horror aspect of Blade,
which I think they are.
Yeah, because there's so many characters that they can really, develop that I think won't feel like the MCU and can attract new viewers. You know what I mean?
And that's a key to Marvel's MCU success is not having a burnout. From everybody and just keep putting the same thing out. They've got to get fresh and original in some way. And having the horror line, as you put it, is a great way to do that. And this is by the way where we think Homelander may come in as Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula.
Oh, okay. It's Dracula. Okay.
Dude, what a sinister face he has.
Perfect. Oh my God, he'd be perfect.
And he'll be a draw by that point, I believe. So that's the benefit of that. But Mahershala Ali, great actor.
Absolutely.
Should play that character well. He even has more of the vampire look in his facial structure to me than Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes was just a 90s action star at the time that he got that role.
Plus he could do his own choreo.
Yep. For sure. All right, what's after Blade?
Not his taxes.
Not his taxes. No, that's the problem.
Oh, I heard that. Next is Ironheart, but I just want to step in real quick and say, is the Spider-Man going to be a part of this discussion, or is that not in these phases?
there was no Spider-Man announced during the phases, but you know they're gonna have Spider-Mans.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you disappointed?
I think we might see Spider-Man.
What's the Spider-Man cartoon? There was a thing. There was the Spider-Man.
Well, first of all, hey, there's
Spider-Verse.
some really cool movies. Have you heard of Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Homecoming? Have you thought about watching those?
Yes, I thought about it.
Yeah, why don't you worry about those before you worry about where he is in phase 4 and 5?
Let's get phase 1, 2.5.
But hey, yes, I am so excited about the animated Spider-Man movie and the animated X-Men 97. And we did get a reveal about X-Men 97. You want to talk about it, Keith?
Yeah, I mean, we saw some characters, and I think it was really cool. We saw a redesign on Storm. She's got the shorter hair. Bishop looked a lot more cleaned up as well. We saw Sunspot, which wasn't in the original whatsoever, so it's kind of cool to see him, and makes me wonder, will we see some more New Mutants besides that? If you remember, the beginning intro of the original cartoon had Thunderbird on the Brotherhood side running towards everybody, so I wonder if maybe we'll see some of him too. It was
more
cool.
product of they didn't know what they were doing when they first started out.
Also quite possible. It's also supposed to pick up in a world where Xavier's not on the planet anymore. Most likely in outer space with the Shi'ar being healed from whatever ailment he may have, and he's asked Magneto to take over the X-Men, which comes right out of number 200.
And I have to do a quick Spidey Hits plug. Guys, that news was broke right here on the channel.
Yes, it was. You got people in trouble for that.
I got people in trouble. The news that Professor X was not going to be in the show and that it was going to come out in 2023, and the speculation on how many episodes was broken right here on the Spidey Hits channel. Amazing. But
amazing indeed.
But yeah, so take a look at Magneto here, guys.
Yep.
Does that remind you of a cover in the 90s, Manu?
No.
I already told you. I said it already. Come on.
Let's see if I can look it up.
That doesn't ring any bells to a 90s cover for me.
It will when I show it to you. I just got to find it.
This image of Magneto that I'm looking at here.
Yeah, it will whenever I gotta locate the comic book for you.
And
what if he's in cuffs?
Said it.
What if he's in cuffs?
Then I can't imagine his left hand being that far away from his right one.
It's the costume you need to look at more than anything.
Yeah.
Because this is where this whole story that I'm talking about actually comes from, if it's true. If this is the jump off.
I mean, I've never seen Magneto look like this.
I think you have. Why am I not finding the cover? Like, here's the interiors. Do you know the issue by chance?
Yeah, 200.
Here it is.
Okay.
Found it.
Let's see. Okay.
And let's screen share back to you guys. We're going to stop this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely the thing he's wearing.
Right. So do you remember the cover?
I never even saw this cover. This is my first time looking at this cover, and I like it.
Trial of Magneto.
X-Men 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember this book. I don't remember this cover or anything. This is sick.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
The Trial of Magneto. I think the Fenris twins are in this as well.
I enjoy this.
Get a better image of that cover here.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm at that same image on actual Google as we speak. The same one with that black box for no reason there.
This should be a newsstand. Vintage Lord. I think Prince wore that outfit during the Purple Rain tour. By the way, can we just talk about how Purple Rain is like one of the top 10 songs all time?
I believe it is.
Yeah, I can back you up on that.
And rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Never meant to cause you any trouble. But yeah, no, it's so that's interesting because it appears that Magneto is going to be leading the X-Men.
Right.
That's what it appears.
Okay.
At Xavier's wishes on his either way to death or on his way to leaving, he asks Magneto to take over as headmaster.
Yep.
And Keith, now obviously I know why you meant imagine handcuffs. It is a pivotal part of this cover.
Which Magneto and handcuffs just doesn't make sense. Like, no handcuffs.
Well, if they're like some kind of inhibitor, Muir Island kind of handcuffs, you see how many times they use those collars in the cartoon. He could have something similar for his hands.
Yeah, it's funny how they just put a collar on them and no more mutant powers.
Done.
It's gone. Oh, the power of the imagination. So Marvelous says that cover is on Vive.
It is.
TV. They know what they're doing, don't they?
I think the Gambit drops tomorrow, the first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
I actually called them, and it's pronounced Veve. So just in case anyone was wondering, you have to say it Veve from now on.
Yeah. Oh, you're not a real NFTer?
I wonder if anyone will call it Veve.
Stop.
This guy.
They heard it here. I'll get blamed for it.
Yeah.
So on the Spider-Man animated series.
Hey, Veve. Sorry.
They're supposed to be going through his high school years. Stop. Come on, guys.
Don't have a good time.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Stop having a good time. What's wrong with you? I'm trying to talk.
Oh gosh.
Stop engaging with our friends in the chat. Manu.
Spider-Man time.
I'm trying to talk about Spider-Man.
Yep.
Somebody posted in one of the Marvel card groups today, what is your favorite Marvel character? And I was like, LOL. Spider-Man.
That was your answer.
Like, duh. Everybody knows.
Before you talk about the new animated series, what do you think about Into the Spider-Verse also still to come out, even though it's not MCU related?
I'm excited.
Do you think that there's a chance we see it have a cameo from a live-action Spider-Man?
Ooh, because of
so
the
Into
different.
the Spider-Verse is the Miles Morales cartoon?
Just
Yeah.
similar to like how they did in Doctor Strange. You saw a quick like animated version of him in through. Is there a point at maybe we just see like a Garfield on the side as we flash through the Spider-Verse?
Because he's moving into different animated styles as
Right.
representation of different verses, I believe. So I guess that's possible.
Like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of thing for a minute there.
Yeah, I would much rather them fall into a Spider-Gwen live action.
Oof. Now you're just in a whole different.
A Spider-Gwen live action?
Yeah. Sony's gonna do it. They're gonna.
Baba Boucher? Sorry.
I love Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm excited about it. And I don't have a lot of thoughts in terms of like what it's going to do for storylines other than allow Sony to just like capture as much Spidey goodness as, all at once. It feels like it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be 2 movies. So I don't know really how to think. I think there's going to be 2 villains. Spot's going to be one of them. I don't know if Kingpin's still going to be a villain. I don't know who's going to be really the second villain, but
well, you've got Daredevil.
He's going to be in
it. What
Charlie
happened to
Cox,
Prowler in the first movie?
Cox is going to voice Daredevil in it. So
no. I'm sorry. I was talking about Into the Spider-Verse. You're now talking about the animated series.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I crossed over on you.
Yeah, I was still on Into the Spider-Verse, but going into the animated series, yeah, that's going to be about him growing up through high school.
Yeah,
and I think there's going to be a concerted effort to really have people think of Spider-Man as a street level villain again, not out in outer space in a Tony Stark suit.
Spider-Man as a street level villain?
Hero. Sorry, street level hero. Thank you.
Which Feige talks about. He says Daredevil and Spider-Man are now established as the street level heroes. Mm-hmm. He was quoted in an article just yesterday or the day before that.
There's
Manu,
so much good.
You had a question about Prowler?
I don't remember what happened with Prowler in the first movie. Did that character actually happen, or do we just know that it was Miles's uncle? I just don't remember.
Yes and yes. We know it's his uncle, and the character definitely had. I mean, it was fully developed Prowler in the first one.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Dope. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I just think there's so much good storytelling that happens at the street level. And when everything's big, galactic, the whole world and universe is about to be destroyed and ripped apart, you lose that sensibility. Yeah, there, Manu. Like, yeah, I want him climbing in and out of his window.
Yeah,
throughout
man.
the whole movie. You know what
Well,
I mean?
And I don't want 1,000 superheroes in my universe because then no one is like the one. It's weird for me.
And it loses its relatability.
Yeah. To some degree.
A lot of people have spoken about this. I think Brian brings it up often that the best part about X-Men is that they're the outcasts. And at any point in someone's life, you've been an outcast. And, you know, it shows you that even the outcasts can be the heroes. And that's one of the things that makes Spider-Man so appealing to everybody, too, is that he's a dork. He got picked on. He's a nobody, so to speak. But he's got great morals and great, you know, fabric behind him. And then he happens to be blessed with these powers. So that's what makes him so relatable to people, is because he's a nobody. He's not someone that, you know, was a jock in high school or anything like that and just got these powers and decided to be a jerk. No.
Yeah. No one. Yeah. No. Exactly. You said it. You absolutely.
So when
said
you
it.
go
That's why
like
it's
on
my
a big
favorite.
spectrum like that, I can't relate to Thor. Are you kidding me? Look at me.
Right?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear
I
you.
shit my
hair.
neck when I nod. I can't relate
Look
to
at
Thor.
Thor's hair.
Carson Metal says, Ian says, real Spider-Man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's the best way we can say it. Back to that. And you know what? Here's what I'm going to say about the storytelling that Sony did in conjunction with Disney. They perfectly set it up. They ended No Way Home perfectly to set up street level Spider-Man. He's now at school. Nobody knows him. He's got to figure it out. You know, I think it's perfect.
I'm looking forward to that.
Go ahead, put it up.
They didn't even see it with the overhead light on.
Go ahead, put it up.
Bill, there's a reason why I had him turn off his lights.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I'm kidding. I love it.
So after Blade.
Yeah, look how far my forehead keeps going.
But so when Miles, because somebody said it here, when Miles makes it into the MCU, it's going to be humongous.
Well, let's think about that for a second. So, I mean, I think Sony obviously wants to get Miles, you know, sooner rather than later, but it feels like I would want to wait until after Secret Wars is maybe over with before Miles comes in. It's going to be such a cash cow that you kind of want to cash in at the right time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And you're going to have the end of many characters, in my opinion, from Secret Wars. Some of our legacy characters that are left will probably see the end of in Secret Wars.
Yeah, I like what Marvelous is saying here. And build up the Black Suit Spider-Man arc for Phase 6 Secret Wars, because at the end of No Way Home, and okay, we're going to get to Bill in a second. So at the end of No Way Home, we know that the symbiote was left on the 616 planet of Spider-Man. And so now he has the ability to become Black Suit Spider-Man leading up to Secret Wars. All right. So Bill says Prowler wasn't fully developed. Aaron Davis was. What do you like? He was wearing the Prowler suit. What do you mean by fully developed?
Bill, I'm just glad Justin's fighting with you and not me. So you guys carry on.
So, So when you asked the question, Manu, were you talking about him wearing the Prowler outfit? And
like I don't know. That is what I was asking, because I don't actually remember the movie well enough to remember Prowler as a character on screen. And so when you told me he was fully developed, I just took that to mean the character did appear as the villain, not just as the uncle we know is going to be Prowler.
Correct. He is very much the uncle you shouldn't be around because he's always into trouble, who becomes Prowler.
Yeah, I mean, I loved that movie so much. You know, it had all of those scenes where I was like, man, don't do, you know, when you're feeling for the characters, like, don't go that way. This, whatever it was, just remember being so invested and enjoying the visuals of it and everything. I really enjoyed that film. I'm
looking forward to watching it again. So Toggle Speed says, have you guys seen the leak Ant-Man trailer? And Manu, if you say yes, I'm gonna lose it.
I didn't.
Okay, good. Now I haven't seen it. I mean,
Manu's the leaker. He's the one that leaked it.
Yeah, exactly.
Secretly,
right?
he's the man behind the MCU curtain.
I'm just over here doing, these things, right?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm actually Boss Logic. Surprise.
Okay, so ta-da. Wait, so Toggle Speed says I have the trailer. I just don't know who to send it to.
Send it to Justin. Send it to these two gentlemen on the screen with us.
Yep. I just asked for it.
Yeah. Send it to Keith. But there was no Prowler costume. Are you sure? I literally have the action figure sitting right there from the movie. That was made from the movie.
It was called Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse? Into.
Yeah.
Into.
He's just making us work.
He is.
I see him in there. I see him in the cartoon. There's a whole thing here called the Prowler chase scene where apparently he chased Miles Morales.
Yes.
He's trolling us.
He is very much trolling us.
I get confused because I'm not familiar with Watch Me Open. Watch Me Open. I don't think I know Watch Me Open, but Cards of Metal you were just opening on Saturday with.
Yes, that's correct. They're two different people. He thought we were talking about Homecoming. Yes. We were talking about Into the Spider-Verse, not Homecoming. But yes, you're right. He never dons the suit in Homecoming.
Oh, he thought we were messing with him.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you, my friend. Have a good evening. Have a good night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Bill, Manu hasn't seen the other movies, so
yeah,
he's only seen Into the Spider-Verse.
He's also playing Captain Literal Man right now.
I'm playing who right now?
No, Bill. Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Captain Literal Man.
Oh, yeah.
We said it's an MCU show, and here we are talking about the Tonyverse.
I'm only here in case you guys get a little too far off into the verses. And then I'm just going to bring you back a little bit and say, wait, but that's the only reason I'm here. You guys are fine, so carry on.
The cool thing about the animated series of Spider-Man that has not come out, that's coming out in 2024, if I remember correctly, it's going to have Daredevil voiced by Charlie Cox. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know who the villain's going to be in that one. It's going to, that'd be interesting. But they're going to, here's what I've heard, I don't know if it's true, but they have the chance to kind of do the origin story that they've never did with Tom Holland. Because Tom Holland kind of started out as already Spider-Man.
Yeah, I remember Andrew Garfield had his origin thing. I know that our first guy did. What the heck was his name?
Yep.
Tobey Maguire. Man, this whole thing going into the Secret Wars, I'm just really anxious and nervous to see what the black suit is going to look like on Spidey. Like, because I completely forgot that we had a black suit Spider-Man already from Tobey Maguire day.
There's a reason you forgot it.
Yeah, because it's, first of all, the black suit's not supposed to have the webs and the pattern and the texture and all of that. You know what? I just know they're going to screw it up. I know they're going to screw it up. The same way they screwed up Venom, they're going to screw this up. They're going to make it look slimy. They're going to make it look quote unquote cool. And to anyone that actually gives a crap, it's going to look like it's not supposed to. I just know it. Dang it. I'm mad already.
Man, he sounds like he's seen these movies.
No. Well,
they suck. They ruin everything. Venom
He sounds like someone that's seen these movies.
But I'm happy, Manu, because you're setting your expectations so you don't get disappointed, right?
I'm disappointed that I'm going to be disappointed, though. I'm disappointed knowing I'm going to be disappointed.
But, man, they have a chance to knock it out of the park, too.
I hope they do. I mean, if they do, I'll eat my words. I'll eat my comic books. I'll even watch the movie.
Yeah.
So just
as long as they don't try, as long as they don't try to, like, make it some type of combined suit with tech, like do something different that's never been done before, like a symbiote. Suit with Iron Man tech.
Just hire the right person to create the right look of the right black, and that's all it needs to be. Black with light hitting it the right way. That's it. Don't put texture on it. Don't put veins on it. Don't make it slimy. Stop all the nonsense.
I got something to share with you guys.
It should almost be matte.
Yeah.
So
They got to
Keith,
find the perfect solution to make it what we want it to be. And you're right. It shouldn't be just high gloss, semi-matte at most.
semi-matte
Semi-gloss
for
at
sure.
most.
If he wants to hide in the dark, he needs to be able to hide, But Keith, have you made public what you're doing at New York Comic Con?
What am I doing at New York Comic Con? You talking about
Aren't
the
you?
art thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
are you okay to talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Simone Bianchi is doing a private deal that it costs money. Like we were not like invited as guests or something. We had to pay to be there. But as part of the package, you get a commissioned piece. Keith, did you decide what you're doing? Have you told them?
Yeah, you already know what I did.
You're doing X-23?
Yeah, but no mask. That was the only
mask.
stipulation.
I'm doing symbiote suit, black suit Spider-Man.
I'm
so
proud of
excited.
you. I'm proud of you to go the other direction at least.
Yeah, I'm really, and I gave him some good examples of what I'm looking for because he's doing 4 colors. So since symbiote suit Spider-Man's all black and white, it gives him a ton of liberty with the other 2 colors to still give me what doesn't look like a partial commission. So that was my thoughts.
Justin, do you work for eBay?
No, I don't work for eBay.
All right, just making sure.
Did you like that this week?
It was good.
Was it good?
Really good. Actually. Yeah, it was good. Did you see how much air you got? You were like 12 feet in the air when you did that jump.
I can jump once a month. Status. Once a month I can jump.
That was inspired by Ash Gonzalez's card for you because you got the Jordan Spidey, and now you're over here doing Jordan Spidey.
Yeah.
And the problem thing that really makes me
the problem with the 35-inch vertical when you're my height, this doesn't make a difference. Literally does nothing for me.
That was good, and I actually sent it to a few people, so that was really great. But it obviously looked like a legit sponsored video. You've got like the eBay. You did it
I went all the
intentionally.
way.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna make people think that eBay paid for this one.
That's it. I was like,
eBay.
I was like, eBay, you're gonna see me. No, like
I thought maybe he didn't tell us. I was like, man, this guy's over here signing contracts with eBay, and he hasn't let us know.
Same.
So I have been talking to him. Let me just
Marvelous Back said the
This is-
same. Oh no, we know you've been in conversation.
Yeah.
But maybe he has signed something, Keith. Maybe he has signed something.
That NDA.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
NDAs.
Yeah.
No, I had a ton of fun making it because my daughter Ashlyn agreed to do it. And yeah, like I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
It was a fun time. It was a fun time indeed. I do want to say about eBay. Wait, are we? No, you guys, I'm sorry. There's a whole thing still happening. I will hold my thought. I know exactly what I want to say when we're done with the MCU.
No, let's do it. Let's do it.
eBay. So I don't sell much on eBay anymore just because there's been a lot of reason not to, right? I don't have any problem with them. It wasn't one of those things. It wasn't like it threw a fit and said, I'm done with eBay. It just organically stopped being a place with most of my selling traffic, right? Like we discussed, there are other avenues. Should we create them for ourselves? They're out there. And so there were a few things just sitting on eBay still. Obviously I use eBay, but there's just a few things still sitting there. And I saw this offer come in, and then I saw a message with the offer that I had never seen before. And you and I, we've spoken about this so much, and I'll get into what my annoyances were prior to seeing this message. And it said, should you accept this offer, the buyer has pre-selected a payment method, so you're going to get paid right away. Now, I want to clear up confusion right now. I'm not talking about getting money in my pocket right away. I do not care how long it takes to get from eBay to my bank account. The 3 business days is fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about buyers that literally don't pay. The money doesn't leave them to get to eBay. They let that 48-hour or 4-day clock run out. And then you have the right as a seller to cancel an order without being the bad guy. But within that amount of time, if you cancel the order, potentially you're the bad guy. But in any case, I saw this option pop up saying that the buyer had predetermined his payment method and you'll get paid right away, meaning the buyer will do the payment. And I just thought, this is incredible. This is one of the only things I've complained about with eBay, because people have done that to me. Even in auctions, they'll win an auction and then they won't communicate with you. 4 days will go by and nothing. It's so annoying. And sometimes they're like sincere people, but it's still annoying. You know, like, do not buy it if you can't buy it. I'm not your credit card. You know,
Right.
like something's wrong with. Sorry.
Not to
And
mention,
You also-
eBay offers
you also
credit
have to
card service
plan-
through PayPal.
Say it again.
eBay offers credit card service through PayPal.
Yeah, like just whatever it takes to not be that person that does that. Stop being that person to whomever needs to hear it. And so when I saw that pop up, that, oh my gosh, this is exciting. Now the thing that I had up was for $499. The offer that came in was for $380. So obviously I was going to counter. I really wanted to see it in action. Like, if I could accept, is it going to say paid right away? Like, can I actually just ship this thing now? This is in the evening time, but anyway, or maybe it was. But I had to counter though. So I countered at like 425, still gave the guy a big break. And then he met me not in the middle. He went more his favor than mine, came at 400. But at that point, I didn't want to counter anymore because I just wanted to see the dang thing work, right?
Yeah.
So I hit accept. And then I was bummed because it went to what it always goes to, waiting for payment. The buyer has been notified. It has not been paid for yet. Do not ship it yet. And I was like, what? Did eBay lie to me? And then I just relaxed for a few seconds, like maybe like 30 seconds, refreshed it, and then it said paid. And I was like, oh my gosh, this actually works. So buyers now have the option to pre-select their payment method, and they may not even realize it, but that's huge incentive on the seller side to just accept whatever your offer is. Because we like you so much now. Oh, you're actually going to pay? I'll take it. You know, because the offer can be as good as you want it to be. It's not money until someone pays, and sometimes they don't pay. On eBay, that's all right, unfortunately. And so I was super excited to see that. That is definitely a step in the right direction, and it may bring more of me to eBay as a seller. As a buyer, of course, I'm there, right? Yeah. But as a seller, I might be there more. Now, there still is the accounting on eBay that is not the most, we don't like it, you know, like having to report everything. You know, after you make a certain amount of money selling stuff, you should report everything. But it just something about it doesn't seem right on eBay at the moment, and they know that too, which is why they're trying to reverse it and change things. But instant paying, I don't think all buyers are gonna select that option, but man, I hope all buyers do. And for the buyers that do, they're definitely gonna get better deals, because that is music to a seller's ear. So I love that.
So Bill says 9.9, you're missing the part where I pay in 30 seconds and the seller takes 6 days to ship.
Oh man, you know, I love you for being the instant payer. I'm an instant payer. If I'm buying it, it's to pay for it. So I love you for being that. And I'm very happy to say I'm totally not that seller, but yeah, I'm sorry, man. That does suck. Like, what a slap in the face. It goes both ways. Buyers should pay and sellers should ship. And they should both do everything as soon as they possibly can. 6 days to ship. How embarrassing. I hear you, man. That's a frustration for sure.
This is why I don't sell much. Because I'm like, I hope I can ship it on Saturday. It's like, it's just so hard to get.
You pass by a mailbox, you pass by a post office, like it's. I
like to ship everything through UPS.
Yeah, me too.
I have an account there. I enjoy the.
UPS, you said. Oh,
yeah, not USPS. I was doing that for a while, where I would print my own, postage and then tape it on there, and then schedule a pickup. And I was doing that, but I've got an account at UPS now, and those people take care of me. We're friends. I can call them if there's an issue. They call me. Like, it's a whole different experience there that I have. But at the same time, it's hard for me to get out of work and go there to take care of my hobby stuff. But yeah, and again, that's why I don't do Whatnot, and that's why I don't sell a lot of stuff, because I'm not a quick shipper.
They're not picking up documents daily at your job. Just wondering.
Say that one more time.
You still got to package them though.
Yeah, but I figure UPS is coming to your job often to pick up documents for quick shipping.
Yeah, so UPS is coming in. I've never thought about handing the UPS driver a package.
You absolutely can.
I guess I could. Never even thought about that.
Samuel, I'm not sure if I'm missing something, but if that's like some compliment to me that I lost in translation, I appreciate it. Thank you. And if it's not, feel free to catch me up on what we're talking about.
He may be like watching about Ghostbusters a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Cool. Marvelous Pack says that's why people are selling on platforms like Whatnot. And you're absolutely right. And I've said this so many times because I I don't have, it's not that I don't like Whatnot, I just have personal preference about what I like. But in terms of being able to appreciate Whatnot and being, you know, super like admiring what they've done, oh, come on, kudos to them. I got to give it up, or you got to give it up. And he says that's why people buy on Whatnot. The instant payment thing was one of the biggest attractions to me on Whatnot. You know, that anybody that's there shopping, their payment information is locked in, and it's not up to them to say when they want to pay. If they want an auction, Whatnot is sending you the money, and that is amazing. And that is what eBay is answering. You know, that is why this is happening at eBay. I mean, we've always wanted this to happen at eBay. The reason Whatnot was able to implement that off of the bat is because they were learning from what everyone wanted from eBay for the past 15 years, and they were starting a new company. So that was able to be programmed in from the beginning. eBay has to make changes, which they obviously can, but the larger the thing, the slower it moves. And so this is happening, and I think this is fantastic. So now eBay's getting into instant payment. It's not across the board, but maybe one day it will be. And they're getting into the live thing, right? Like, this is going to affect Whatnot. What Whatnot has done, though, has obviously created this great brand of being a happening place, you know, where people are kicking it, hanging out, you know, chatting, having a good time on a screen, entertained, engaged. No one thinks of eBay that way. I think of eBay as a great entertaining place, but that's because I'm quietly on my couch with the candle lit, drinking a coffee, scrolling eBay for 3 hours, hunting. Oh, guys, what I picked up today, 2 things.
Really?
Guys, somebody taught, I cannot, everybody listening, there's something I'm going to tell you all soon, but I can't today, and I'm be completely honest with you why. The tip that someone gave me, I confirmed it was correct, and I've been able to identify undervalued things based on one surface. I know now everyone's going to wonder, what am I talking about? Man, I'm going to tell you guys next week. I got some more buying to do before I say it. This is too good to let out. It's too good. It is literally the edge that I have, and I have to make as much out of it as I can. I will tell you guys. I promise I will. And once I tell you, you'll understand why I couldn't for this 1 week. I got to take advantage of what I know
Manu
right
share,
now.
he says. Yeah.
I know. Oh, I know. It has to do with Mark Jewler's books, man. And yeah, I'll tell you guys, but let me buy a few more. Let me buy a few more. man, such a good one. And shout out to my man that told me. If he's in here, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. I can't believe it. I can't believe he waited so long to tell me.
Well, so Watch Me says, yeah, let's talk about how eBay kicked back my card, a 1995 Mirage that I pulled. So yeah, eBay authentication. So, I mean, yeah, of course they're going to have issues at times. And at the same time, I don't think it's just, is the card authentic? And this is going to sound like I'm defending eBay. Who gives a care, right? It doesn't matter what I think. But they're also making sure that the description matches the card. It's not just, is the card authentic? It's as you presented it to the person buying it, was it what it was? And Bill, I'm sure, did that. Like, he knows what he's talking about. He knows the card, so as well as anybody. So if anybody didn't know, it's probably them that didn't know. And yeah, and you know, maybe they get better at that over time. And 1995 Mirage is a special card. There's not a lot of them. Maybe, you know, maybe that was the difficulty. But what I personally like about the idea of authentication is confidence. And what I mean by that is value and confidence are closely associated. It's not debatable. And so the more confidence people have over time, especially, the more willing they are to spend more money. It's just a common thing in markets. And so
what did Swish just say? Sorry.
Yeah. And so if I'm not saying they are, but if authentication creates more confidence and where you feel like you have a measure of protection of the risk of what you're spending, people will tend to spend more money. So Swish says, let's real quick. Let's go to coins A to Z real quick, and then we'll get to Swishes. Because this is a good point. And so I'm just going to go ahead and read this. There's definitely a case to be made for not paying immediately, which is for combined shipping for multiple purchases ending with a few days of each other.
but tell the seller that's what, and you know what? If that's what someone's doing, great. What you said at the end, I'm with you completely.
Communication.
Tell the seller, communicate. That's it. Communicate.
Yep.
That is absolute. Like, the same way I don't care if it takes 3 days for the money to hit my bank account. It's the same way I don't care if a seller is going to take 3 days, but if a seller does not message me and let me know on day 2, and if 36 hours later I've messaged and said, hey, where are you? Well, that's where I'm like, come on, man. Like, there has to be some defense there. That's just not fair, because you are actually stealing, for the sellers that do that, the buyers that do that, you're actually stealing time from somebody. You're stealing the opportunity to sell the product. It's just all around screwed up thing to do. And so you're absolutely right. And that's an interesting case. And the reason I hadn't thought about that is because, again, I wasn't like a mass eBay seller. So I never really thought about someone that's waiting for another one of my auctions to end. Because if it's combined shipping, you're talking about from one seller. But yeah, just communicate. That's all. So I'm with you. Coins A to Z. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what is Swish talking about? How do you get paid even when a buyer doesn't pay? I must know. I want to know.
He says, I've been eBaying for some time. Comes with the territory. I never cared if people don't pay. eBay still sends cash to the seller. Not much, but still a percentage of the sale, so I still get paid. I relist the card.
Never had an experience where I got paid anything unless the seller paid. So I would like to know what sort of account you have and why you get that privilege. Yeah.
Yeah. So Armando says, what happened to the Scarlet Witch card that was damaged by eBay authentication that one of your friends posted on YouTube? So he's talking about Skandal's Scarlet Witch card, and they handled it. My understanding, and he probably should have done a follow-up video about what they did, and maybe he's not satisfied with how they handled it, but they did. My brother bought a Gambit green PMG, the card was they damaged the back of the card. Long story short, they damaged the back of the card, but because they put the sticker, the seal of authentication over it, he didn't see it for like a few days until he was like, do I take it out? Do I not take it out? Do I take it out? And he finally broke the seal and took it out, and then noticed the damage, but it was not in the photo of when it got shipped to him, and they took care of him. Like to the point that he was able to buy more Gambit cards, like took care of him.
We all agree that eBay will take care of you if they screw up, right?
I mean, within reason, I think.
There's also some sellers that are taking advantage of the program and shipping the wrong card on purpose if they're not happy with an auction sale price, knowing it'll get rejected, it'll kick back, and they'll be able to relist the original card.
Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished there, does it?
There's some interesting stuff here. I'm still hung up on this thing that Swish is saying, because I've had no experience of the sort. And and I don't want to draw any conclusion. What I'm about to say, Swish, is probably going to be wrong. I just want you to know what's happening in my head. What I'm trying to deduce here is are you talking about when they remove what the final selling fee would be and then credit you back? And maybe, no, I don't want to say that. Maybe you're confused because you're obviously, you know what you're talking about. I just don't know what you're talking about. After a week, eBay gives an option, wait or relist and receive credit on a percentage of the sale. Within day, eBay sends message that they've made a deposit. My goodness. I mean, everything else you're saying sounds completely right. Like in terms of waiting, and then you have the option to automatically relist it with canceling or whatever. Like all that I know. But yeah, wait, I need to screenshot this. I live in Canada. Maybe that's different too, because your fee structure is different in Canada. The way you do the accounting for taxation is different in Canada. So that could just be because Canadians treat people better. And maybe you're getting a bit of that love, because we don't get that around here. We get our time wasted and squat in return for it.
eBay.ca.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get a proxy, a VPN. I am now a Canadian seller.
You have to upgrade your internet first.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that's awesome. Well, that does sound like a cool feature. I mean, look, if you bid on something and don't pay, there probably should be a penalty to the buyer. You know.
Say it again. I'm sorry, you cut out.
There probably should be a penalty to the buyer if you bid and don't pay.
Yeah, and I think there is, but I think you have to make a fuss as a seller to get that penalty to stick. And, by the time I've canceled the order, I'm so done with that buyer's energy that I don't waste any time I move on my life.
Yeah.
And I block the person and that's it.
So I bid on something And then it was one of these things where a friend sent me a listing on eBay. I was like, ooh, bid. It was an auction. I just put in a number. And then I pretty quickly found that card better already graded. And yeah, we'll get back to that. And so I was like, man, I really wished I wouldn't have bid. So I eBayed I messaged the seller. I was like, hey, can I retract my bid? I actually found another one, and that was already graded. And I never got a response, and I won the daggum auction. I paid
You
it
could
anyway.
retract a bid. If you've got more than 12 hours left in an auction, you can just go to the help
Oh,
section,
there was like
say
4
retract.
days left.
Oh, you could retract that. It's perfectly allowable for you to retract a bid.
How do you do that?
So I use the app more than I use the desktop thing, but on the app, at the bottom of the app, my eBay, and then in that list of things is help. In that help section, there's actually a lot of things that people don't realize because people don't know how to find it. There's a shortcut to get someone on the phone immediately. Like within 30 seconds, eBay will call you if you spend 5 seconds typing the right thing in, which I do all the time because their customer support they're so friendly. Like I love eBay, but to retract a bid, you go to the help section, just pull it up, and in the search, literally write retract a bid. That's it. Before you go there, copy paste the item number. The item number is within the body of the listing, and then take that over there, boom, and retract your bid. And it's the first time I did it, I wanted to see what the result of it would be. That's a little complicated, but there's a bunch of bids before yours, right? And certain bids only activated because your bid was higher. So it's like, wait a second, if I retract this, is the second below mine there? No, if you retract it, it collapses all the way down to whatever was activated prior to you, right? So you can't inflate, and then retract and think the inflated will be there. No. It goes all the way back to the bottom. And so, somewhere in the bottom, but that person's position, the other individual that was willing to pay certain slots up to yours, they're still there, but they have to be reactivated by somebody else coming above. So it's actually done in a really fair way. And if you ever make a best offer on something and realize right away you actually don't want that best offer to be there, you go to the help thing again, and in the search, write cancel offer. That is it. And then pops up, says put in the item number, enter, offer canceled. And these are things that a lot of people don't know exist, but they're there.
Thank you for the eBay tutorial.
That was perfect.
Those are some questions I've had before. So
yeah.
Oh, well, I got some more tips and tricks about it. So just DM me if you ever need to know what's happening there. I like eBay a lot. And now with the instant pay, dude, well, this is a good thing.
I think there's a lot more to come with eBay. I think they're just getting started. And
what are they going to do? Lay down?
They're not paying me to
let the world take over? No.
No, they're not. They're not paying me.
They have to now. Yeah, they had no choice. They would have
Go ahead.
They would have went with what they've been doing for years if they weren't threatened in any way. But now that they're threatened, they have no choice. It's not just Whatnot. It's Mercari and all these other. And
Instagram even too. It's Instagram. Justin and I were talking recently. Like Justin had an experience prior with some friends selling on Instagram where he was running into some hurdles, and I was telling Justin, I've never experienced any of those hurdles. And like I'm selling,
but you haven't gone live and sold on Instagram.
Oh, I don't live. That's right. I don't live. My bad.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
It's live sales.
Yeah,
and that's why they had to move to Whatnot.
Right.
Well, your posts are great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, eBay is definitely feeling it, man. I just think eBay is going to win. Like eBay's either going to acquire Whatnot or just be bigger and better. And if I'm Whatnot, I want to be acquired because who wants to work? Buy me, let me move on with my life.
It's always a sell play. Yeah. Build platform, build, sell. Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't. Anyway, yes. Go Whatnot, win. Yeah, I read somewhere that they got like a couple $1 billion valuation. That seems a little absurd, but absurd is how businesses work. So there you go. Never mind. Don't do that. Yeah. No, do it.
No, don't evaluate me. I'm not ready. Not ready. No. Well, guys, first of all, I know where Keith lives. He lives on the East Coast. I know what time does to him, even though he's a trooper. I have to give a 1-hour speech at 8 a.m. in the morning on integrity. So I've got to be prepared for that. And sleep would be useful for those people, for me to be well rested and prepared. So no 4-hour stream tonight. I think now's a good time to wrap it up if that's okay.
It is, especially on that note that Marvelous Pax came in and tied the Bebe thing back in. He said 99 loves Bebe.
That's really good. No,
That's really good. Keith,
that is.
what
but
a
not Bebe.
what a pleasure this was, man. Hanging out with you, chatting with you, learning from you. This was really fun. I'm really glad that I was here for
Great
this.
time. Thank you for having me, man. This was really cool. And yeah,
Yeah,
Justin, you do have
thank
to get
you.
some sleep. You can't show up to an integrity thing without any kind of like, if you're
Right?
hurting and you're not giving your best speech, there's
Yeah.
no integrity to it. So
Got to
then
be
what?
prepared. That's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right. No, you nailed
Yeah,
it. I want to honor the commitment that I have there. Also, always want to honor being here with you guys and hanging out. I love it. It's great. Keith, again, thank you for being our MCU expert tonight.
Thank you.
We didn't get nearly through all of it. It would take another 2 hours for sure. And that's if we don't get distracted by necks and nicknames. I'm retitling the show. Necks and nicknames.
Next and nicknames. Next time on Necks and Nicknames.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone's
That's
got a
exactly.
turtleneck.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh, this is good, man.
Oh wait, hey, he
Ooh,
got his
someone got
Spider-Man
their
key.
The kit, yeah. You ordered some too. Did you
I
get
do.
them
I
yet?
think it'll be Thursday before it gets here.
J Cal, which one did you get? Or all right, I know these guys want to go, but if you slip it in there, I'd be curious to know, and we could obviously talk about it next week as well. But that's dope.
Yeah. I hope to be wearing some next week. So, or maybe
Awesome.
on the Marvel Card News. Yeah, keep an eye on the channel for the Marvel Card News this Thursday, Friday morning, depending on upload speeds, and then this Saturday. I actually have no idea what I'm going to do for Saturday morning Marvel Cards. I'll be in Dallas with my wife and my daughter. So I might, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what
just take the 96 box with you.
Yeah, or maybe you find something out there. You never know.
This Saturday on the road. Yeah.
Yeah. On the airplane.
Yeah.
Strapped in a seatbelt.
Yeah. We'll figure something out.
Ifitlands.com.
Oh, it'll be fun. If we miss it, we miss it. But either way, I'm not sure what we're doing this Saturday, but keep an eye on the channel. Keep an eye on Keith. You're on Instagram by the same name. Let's see your name. XX and you know where to find Manu at the 9.9 Newsstand. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't already done so. If you like this kind of content, specifically Marvel card content, please consider.
Yeah, don't fix it. Don't correct that. No,
I need to get sleep.
That was good.
That was good. Don't correct that.
Card content.
No, dang it. Content.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah, it's getting late. So
he got the web shooter one. That means he bought the Thwip card, I'm assuming. Nice.
Yeah.
I mean the shirt.
I think I got that one. I really do. But hey, we're really close to 3,000 subscribers. I think we're at like 2880 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we're getting really close to giving one of these HasLab Sentinels away. I'm very excited about doing that. My wife's excited about it because it's a big freaking box that's taking up space that she wants.
Yeah, she's like, get the space.
I want my shelf back. So I'd be happy to give that back to her. So yeah, consider subscribing. And as always, my friends, Keith, you want to sign us off?
I have a marvelous day.
Absolutely. I hope you have a marvelous day.